Previously on Stars and Sea Society. The group found themselves in a crazy situation, but not one that many of them were unfamiliar with. Except perhaps Eliza and Babette, who was most vocal about it. As in the midst of an experiment gone awry, phases of a few lunar cycles and a few flickering lights, the group was in the future. 1983, to be precise. It took a little sleuthing, but nothing that a crack team of investigators, especially one with an experienced PI like Eliza Maravesi. No, this case was strange, but it was just another case. Arthur and Babette, despite prior and known tensions, decided to once more pair off, a pair of rogues sneaking through. They observed this odd parallel world. Meanwhile, inside, Zale pored over notes, trying to put together this intricate puzzle. Fee looked around, scared, and listened as Zarman scanned radio waves for some hint about this world they had arrived in. 44 years in the future. Perhaps not their future. Zale. You studiously pore over these notes. No, not studiously, it's the wrong word. It's ravenously. This is your future self, your future work. The ideas of what you might be able to glean from this turn in your mind. It keeps you up. But thankfully, not so long that you don't end up getting that 4 hours of meditation you need. And honestly, after what you read, you end up needing it. You settle down into that trance and parse through the information you've learned. Shutter space. A bubble of space-time in a parallel universe very near to our own. Shutter space exists only during celestial alignments, either the waxing or the waning of the moon. If it was waxing, you've gone to the future. If it was waning, you've gone to the past. As you note the waxing crescent of Kokorone, the heart, passing over the night sky, and the beginnings of the early bits of morning beginning to come in. You parse through this information. Those notes were scrawled in hidden warnings. Something about the way they were written is so ingrained with this kind of deep-lettedness that is not in your handwriting, that to you implies perhaps madness. perhaps anger. But those notes, they were not written while you were of sound mind. They were written while you were impassioned. Those notes said things like, look at it. Your sight gives it power. Avert your eyes. You do not belong here. No, sorry. Oh, you blink and it's just sleep it. You must be tired. You parse through a little bit more of these rules of the space that you're in, and you realize that it'll last 3 days, and you don't know what it is that you're not supposed to look at. But you know that they seemed, or you seem to be afraid to even write about it in detail. It gives it power. Meditate on this. You know that each night, this lunar cycle, the shutter space will expand. Math of Montcommerce. At the end of it, the entire Pathvine. But until then, you cannot leave. You don't know what'll happen, but it's warned against in your writings. You theorize that perhaps leaving will, at best, trap you in this timeline. And at worst, eliminate you from existence. You meditate on this. And eventually you smell the smell of tea. And you hear a really loud kind of sound coming from, it sounds like laser beams, like perhaps Cax monster is just blasting something in that room that that connects to one of the buildings that you guys are connected to. It was the arcade area that Arthur had been mentioning that he had seen and scouted out. At least you know it's in that direction. And open your eye, it's the end of it. Hanu, you're already up. Arthur, and you finished your training, morning rituals and stuff like that. He would have been doing his stuff and then would have mentioned that he was going to go out and check out that arcade and see if he could get some of that stuff turned on. Arcade. Sounds pretty formidable. It might be a weapon.
I mean, it is.
There's a lot of magic energy in that room.
I was gonna say it is a few letters away from the arcane, so maybe you can learn how to harness it, or it's just keeping you occupied. Either way, just make sure you don't wander too far.
Does Arthur seem like he actually knows what it is?
Yeah, you'd be up at this time too. You'd all be kind of stirring awake at whatever order you guys think you guys would be getting up. So feel free to step in or not at any point throughout this. As you guys stagger into a wakefulness, Anu, your morning tea kind of being the thing that kind of wakes everybody up. Sound of something blasting and making noise from the arcade after Arthur goes there. Just about takes about 15 minutes after he's there before that happens.
It's like just a banging noise or like a game?
Sounds like lasers. Yeah, you would understand it from your mindset of it sounding like a video game going off. But it's without that context, it sounds like laser beams exploding, some sort of magical aura going off. You don't know. It's something magic. There's something definitely magical and like loud going on in that room called the arcade, which kind of sounds like arcane, so might be dangerous.
Yeah.
Eliza would definitely be going that direction.
It kind of
check
sounds
it out.
like, Zale's magic missiles destroying that one training dummy I had. Watch out, Eliza, okay?
Do you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
someone to back you up?
Yeah, you guys go.
Yeah,
Buddy system.
that works. Let's go.
If something goes wrong, you two grab Arthur and you hightail it back here, okay?
Of course.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
good. Alright. Be safe.
Wasn't there clothes to make sure
The
that
rogues
look
are in
like
the
it
arcade,
plugged in?
guys. All the rogues are at the arcade right now. Sorry.
That's so funny.
Babette just snaps her fingers and changes her clothes to look like vaguely like stuff that she saw in the. It's not a very good disguise yet, right now, but vague stuff she saw in the thrift shop.
Well,
No worries.
Eliza's gonna look at you and be like, fancy.
I try.
Well, you succeed.
You lead through this kind of secret side passage out of the garage. There's an alleyway that actually closes off, and it has like a secret lever to be able to open it from both sides. But you're not going out that way. You're passing through another way, because that would require you stepping out. And as far as you know, last you saw, you couldn't get out onto the street, right? It ended at the edges of all of these buildings, right? You're gonna have to take the top. And go ahead and give me acrobatics checks. I'm gonna look up. It's about 3 stories up.
Someone will have to roll for me.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. And what did you get?
22 for Babette.
22.
Asa might end up needing your help on this since you already got up to the top. You see her coming up behind you, and she didn't even need it. She doesn't have acrobatics proficiency.
Hide the roll. Or
Yeah,
just rolling with.
there we go.
go.
Like that.
Yep, you got 20.
Nice.
I got 22 and 20, and she got 20 and 22.
You guys yin and yanked each other.
Yeah.
And so you guys, first you go up to the top, and then immediately you just reach that arm down, pull her up onto the top as well. She would have had it on her own, but got to that 22, and you guys are both up there pretty much at the same time now. And as you both step up onto the roof, you make your way past that little sky window that looks down into a jewelry store, and you move past that. You take a light little leap over into the next building, and you end up being able to climb down to the hatch into the storage closet of the arcade, where you can hear this noise even louder now. It's just, and you hear, Lonzo!
So we hear people also?
And yeah,
Okay. Does it sound like like, if we think that the lasery noise is like dangerous in any way, does it sound like the people are also experiencing something tumultuous, or like, I don't know, what do they sound like?
Give me a perception check.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Please.
Power move right there.
Yeah.
Try
Alright,
me,
alright.
God.
With expertise.
19.
19 ain't bad.
Nice.
Listening in there, you hear that it was just that one kind of voice you heard for a moment, and something sounded weird about it actually when you heard it. It something was a little off about it, but you'd have to hear it again. But you hear in reaction to that voice a little bit like quieter Arthur going, "Hell, I don't fucking care if your name is Gizmo, okay? I'm Arthur, and make this game stop being stupid."
Babette's gonna like put her finger to her lips, look at Eliza, and then point into the room, and kind of hand on a rapier start like sneaking in.
Eliza's
Me
gonna like,
stealth check.
Eliza's gonna follow.
Okay.
19 stealth.
Oh, you got those boots.
Oh yeah, so 23 stealth. Thank you for reminding me of that.
T2. Sneaky, sneaky. He is currently dead. Okay.
I think I missed that.
It's a -5. No, I'm muddling over Arthur's sheet real quick. Oh,
Gotcha.
it's his 5. Oof, yeah, he does not see you guys.
So
You
he is
sneak in,
standing.
and it is you guys instantly see just every 80s arcade you could have ever like seen, right? It's just shitty stained carpet, right? It's just like bubble gum underneath all of the seats. It's like tacky, weird pattern on said carpet and odd like strange characters of creatures that are blow up size just in weird places. And there's tall, uncomfortable bar tables scattered throughout. And then there, kind of in one of the middle sections, standing in front of your atypical, like Mario or Street Fighter arcade stand, just from one of these booths, hands on some weird joystick control device, right? You can see on the top of it, it says Gonzo the Gardener, and has like a picture of like this weird, like pretty much like a Mario like character mustache and like overall with like a big old set of shears, and and he's just got his back to you guys, totally like caught up in this thing. That
Babette takes off her hand of the master and sends it out to go tap on his shoulder.
okay.
Oh, it doesn't send the picture of it. I'm not attacking him. I'm just poking him.
Yeah, what's up? He doesn't even turn and look. Just a tap on his shoulder and just.
Well,
Got
you
a
know,
problem?
we were wondering what the hell that sound
you.
was.
Oh, so I don't think these things are actually magic weapons. I think they're games of some sort. Oh, really dumb ones. At least this one. I'm Gonzo! The thing says, "You're stupid," makes the thing. However, there is a whole Strauss-mobile motorbike game. Future's like, but they did a lot in 40 years.
Bebet just kind of looks at Eliza and is like, huh?
Eliza is looking back at you very confused and also like just a tinge disgusted, but like just a little. Well, games. Games. Why are they so
Yes.
loud?
Well, I think just about everything here is loud. I don't know if you noticed the clothes that we pulled together, but loud. And the music and stuff that they've got here. And he walks over to this like jukebox thing, and like you see as he like takes it and flips a switch on the back of it, and this song just ends up kicking up on it, and he goes again, loud. It's just a lot of poppy loudness, evidently in 1983, which honestly, perfect for us. Means that we will probably go mostly unnoticed.
Yes, that's true.
I guess the music's kind of good, though.
It's definitely different.
Yes, well-
You hear the door actually opens from the other side, and Arthur like kind of just immediately turns and looks past, and Fee had ran out through the alleyway, actually trying to catch up with you guys, but didn't see you guys when you went up the top, and went out into the street, which as you look out, evidently the bubble's not there. You can't even see the bubble anymore, actually. It looks like it's completely gone. She comes rushing in, she's like, "Hi, guys! I'm glad I was able to catch up with you."
Fee, did you check and make sure that you didn't run into the bubble? Why are you...
I kept an eye out for the bubble.
Okay,
I don't
good.
really see it anymore, though.
Well, that's...
Which is why I came to get you, because Zale is awake now, and I think he's got most of his notes and stuff together. He might be able to tell us what's going on.
Perfect, and I think Hanu was making tea as well.
Alright, well, if it's not dangerous here, I guess we should go back.
Probably for the best.
Out of character, what is the bubble?
There was a bubble going on, that temporal space that you were currently covered or in, the shutter space. It kind of had a limit to it, and you guys could see it. It looked kind of like you're looking through water, or like you're underwater looking out. And so everything outside of the bubble just looked slightly distorted, right? So you guys were like, we probably shouldn't cross through that until we know what it is, and left Zale to go over his notes while everybody got rest, to figure it all out. So what the bubble is, we don't really know yet. You didn't even actually see it. You were investigating the inside for clues on the year that you guys are currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
But looking out now, you don't see any.
Yeah, but it's
bubble.
basically like a shimmery barrier that we can see.
It's an out of bounds kind of thing. So
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Is it-
invisible wall in a video game.
Can anybody else see it, or is it like just us?
Well, the people on the outside didn't seem to notice it. No, they tested that. Threw like a rock out at the street, and the people looked up and saw them, and were like, "Hey, why are you throwing rocks and stuff?" They didn't seem to notice the shimmery field between them.
Okay.
And Arthur shrugs and looks at the stuff and goes, "Oh, well, it'll give me a chance to probe Zale's mind about this afterwards, since he's already figured that out. Maybe he can tell us more about these arcades. Plus, we might want to make one of our own. So far, this is about the coolest thing the 80s have had to offer."
I don't know. I
Guys,
think
make your way back around to uh, the area with the rest of the group. Zale, you're waking up. Hanu, you've got tea and stuff out. There was actually some, food supplies and shit. So you actually have a modest breakfast going there too.
Do
Armin,
I?
you would have helped with that when you woke up.
Got some.
You would have found those rations and turned it into actual food.
So who's here right now when Zell wakes up?
When you wake up,
Yeah.
when you first woke up, he was noticing that you were waking up, and the rest of the and those pair were going out to go look for Arthur with those sounds that woke you up. The sounds that woke you up made them leave, and he, saw you waking up and knew that we were waiting for you to wake up. So she's like, "Oh shit, I should go catch them," and tell them all that we're coming together to actually understand what the hell this is now. You see as they, like, only like a couple of minutes after that they end up coming back. In the meantime, looking around, you see all the present NPCs other than Fee and Arthur, and then you see the rest of your allies.
Okay.
Someone's got breakfast going. There's got tea.
It's not.
We all need to talk.
Yep.
We need some ground rules right now.
Already
Serious.
on it. Yeah, I'm
ground
already
rules.
on it. You can't control certain people, but at least tell them the boundaries of it.
So everybody's here.
Yeah, sorry about the food. It's could be very bland, but I think Zarma can spice it up a little bit.
That's fine. Okay, where to begin?
You see as Liza and Babette and Arthur come back, Fee kind of like leading the way, and you guys all gather around on the many pillows and couches that are in the center of your garage with that backlit curved aquarium wall.
As you're nerding it out, the lieutenant is going to try to find you an outfit. So continue to your heart's desire.
Yes. Well, first things first, rules while we're here. First rule, do not go outside the bubble. No matter what. Do not go outside the bubble.
What happens if we go outside the bubble?
You can either get stuck here in this timeline, or you cease to exist from.
That's certainly pretty scary.
Yes. Second thing, we are stuck here for 3 days. Actual days. After those 3 days, we will be shunted back into our own time, only a minute after.
How do you know?
My future self. His notes were sporadic but very informal.
There are
But
also
awesome.
stories about situations like these. I mean, not this specifically about this lapse in consciousness where people feel like they've spent months somewhere, but it's been just a few minutes after.
Well, in this case, it jumped us 44. It just was 40 years.
So,
Because the moon was waxing, which happens with the future. If it was waiting, we'll be once into the past.
So it'll be automatic. In 3 days, we'll just go back.
yeah, once the moon's...
As long as we stay in the bubble.
Yeah, I'm guessing once the moon's misaligned again, that just lifts the veil and we wake up, so to speak.
In a way, we just get shunted back in our time.
Well, what do we do while we're here?
Not get in trouble, number one. There shouldn't be any reason for us to go to certain areas of Hearthvine unless we absolutely need to. It's occupied, or at least we're out of place. Everybody's going to know the way that we talk and we look. We don't seem to fit.
To be honest, that's the least of
Okay,
our
and
worries.
how far is this bubble right now?
Second day. This is the second day, right? Sorry, my
Yeah.
mind. Right now, I'm expanding a lot. From the calculations that I have, now it's the whole Mount Commerce now, the whole district. And the third day, it will span out to all of our fine.
Getting like a little buzz.
Smells good. It's relaxed.
So we're stuck to just being here within Montcommerce
For the day.
today. That's not so bad. I mean, you go shopping and figure out what's going on around here in this timeline. Maybe find out some clues.
Maybe, but this is the most important. There is something here. I do not know what. I know what it is. But there is something here that I don't know. It kept on repeating warnings of it. Don't look at it. If you look at it, it gives it power. And the more I read it, the more it seemed like I've gone mad.
I guess it feeds off of emotions. When you feed into negative emotions, it overtakes your mind and consumes you.
What the fuck?
What?
Radio suddenly turns on. Oh. That spooked me.
Oh, that.
It's really up loud too. He turns over and he walks over to it and turns it down.
You see, like,
Was
Zell.
it playing anything? Like, what was the song that the radio was playing?
You don't know this song. It's some 40 years in the future.
Listen,
No, but I mean,
First time you're hearing it.
crack it up
was
a
there
little
any
bit.
lyrics that I could hear?
No, like Tanu's asking Arthur to crack it up just a little bit. That would be considered an augury, a sign. Let's see what the universe has to tell us right now. Not all the way down.
Alright, but...
Well, somebody keep...
When this was on earlier, I think it's just a popular song now.
Well, sometimes when you don't listen to messages, you'll keep on repeating until you do. But that's usually divine. I don't know anything about fashion trends. Continue,
Arthur.
Zero.
Turn.
I
Turn it
dance
down.
into it a little.
Zell walks over and turns it off. He just like there's definitely Zell is definitely what's
A brief
calm.
moment there, as you were trying to listen to it clearly, Babette. You heard it very clearly say, "You don't belong here." You know it's true. Oh, you don't belong here. It seemed to be the chorus of it was, "You don't belong here." And when the song finally, would have ended up, and you're probably gonna get good old Charlie Sexton, popular bard, famous during this time period, came from Avalon. It's a real song. It's not an augury, maybe,
But
Zell-
it was saying you don't belong here, as he was telling us as Zale was telling us ominous things.
Yeah, you see
Oh, well,
Zell
I mean,
visibly like
uh,
not okay right now.
Listen, okay, we know this, but we don't feed into it right now. Take a deep breath, drink this tea, keep a calm mind.
That's not it. Whatever this is not. It's not natural.
Exactly. So, we take it.
everything has a weakness, so what do we do when it comes there? There had to be something in your notes.
Don't look.
Is it an aberrant, a fiend?
Just don't look. If you see anything that's strange, weird even.
Acknowledging it gives it power, so let's stop talking about it.
Exactly. Let's focus.
Strange? I
It's
hear
not.
Fee say. Like that? She points off to the end. and you see a silhouette standing in it that looks oddly like, I don't know, demonic. Like its structure, it's like when it moves, there's a strange susurration to its step, like there's a doubleness to its step. First, its shadow steps forward, then its body. And it cuts out a moment before it walks underneath the light into your area. You see standing in front of you a rather large, perhaps warforged, mechanical person, and standing in front of them, a woman in a simple pantsuit, kind of pinstriped and buttoned up. She's got blonde hair, and she wears white gloves, which her hands are clasped in front of her very simply. And with ice cold blue eyes, she looks at you all and goes, "What sort of paradox knockoffs are you?" That's where we're going to take a break for a moment, guys.
Motherfucker, that fucking music fucking scared the shit out of me in real life. It's like, fuck me.
Yeah. Hanu's like, clearly Zeal didn't do his meditation today because he should not be out jumping to that. Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Calmly pouring tea for everybody.
It's a total fucking like switch in his mood. It went from ooh interesting future state to like, guys, we like
We're all gonna die here.
yeah, we like it's like paranoia shit a little bit. He's getting a little bit more paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a future Babette, guys. I swear.
Oh, and he totally, when Fee did that, basically just like super covered her eyes and then covered his eyes like immediately.
Whatever you do, don't look at it. It's not natural. You say something weird,
It's
right?
like
that points at it while looking at it.
Yeah, because that was
the opposite of don't blink is what you're doing to us right now.
Yep. Yeah. So in a sense, out of character.
Yeah.
Don't look at it. So if don't look at it, if we can, run away. Instead, we'll go more into the plan of like if that we counter that idea he has. But
it's like, yep. She's like, Zeal, can you at least talk about this when you're not paranoid and calm? Because you're feeding into it.
The problem is he won't ever be able to do that. So
yeah, it's like, Zeal, okay.
So getting it out the way early may or may not be a great idea. We'll see. But if it's one of those things of if he doesn't say it at all, I mean,
it's like
no,
he's just saying, drink some tea first, take a few deep breaths, and let's repeat it again.
Gets even more stressed because now he's like with like tequila.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Don't make me knock you the fuck out, boy.
the problem is like if it was other people's notes, it would have freaked him out. But this was him. This was him who was going
this was
mad.
His own writing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this own madness, and it's freaking him out because like he knows himself. If something like this, he would have been smart about it. But how did I get to this point? Is this thing so inevitable that it would just eventually get you? Like, there's...
She's like, clearly you didn't have Zarman to cast Calm Emotions on you to think about this rationally, boy.
Yeah, clearly you'll just have to explain everything.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do that after break, but yeah,
Yep.
second irritation that will calm down, but definitely that fucking radio did not help.
Yeah.
That literally was just freaking him out.
Yeah. That was chill. She's in the zone. She did her monk shit. She did her meditation. She's doing her tea drinking. So she just a little glance of, interesting. An augury of sorts. Let's listen. Oh, he turned it off. Okay.
The
technology. I mean, it's always turning itself on again and off again. It's just
the bliss of ignorance, man. That's what's going on in Zell's head. It's like they don't know. They don't know.
Well, we're not gonna know if you don't tell us.
Like, it was gonna be a sign of some instructions or something to watch out for in there, but okay, I guess you turned it off.
Yeah. So I'll explain in more detail. He's just his nerves are shot right like when he woke up. So he needed to definitely he's calming himself down. He was calming down, then the radio thing happened, and then this freaking person happened. So he's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
But you were trying to say something, Mike, a little bit earlier? I didn't know if, like,
Yeah,
early
I
in
don't
the
remember
session.
if I was.
I don't know if it was something about outfits. Or...
Well, it was the whole them trying to go to the arcade, and it's all like, well,
Yeah.
didn't you bring clothes so we blend in? But you know, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they, like, Libby was dressing people up.
Yeah,
As they woke
we're
up.
also very sneaky. We were doing reconnaissance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why the sneaky folks went on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. She's outfitting people right now, Libby. She's like, okay, bitches. And
And now that Babette's back, she's helping Libby.
As you guys were having that whole conversation, Libby walks up this just big pile of just clothes. She's just holding it like just a big pile of it, right, in a wad, in
Like
her
a pile of
arms.
laundry.
Walks up with it. Yeah, exactly. And she just drops this pile of laundry right in the middle next to the coffee table, right, and then just starts picking things up. And like while you guys were having this whole conversation about all of this scary shit, she was not at all phased. Very well known. She just held outfits up over people the entire time this conversation was going on.
Beautiful.
Luku's all chill right now as this is going on. Libby's just like outfitting people. Hanu's just pouring tea and be like, Oracle stuff, let me listen. Okay, it's gone now.
Cells over here is like, again, defy. Guys, this is some serious shit. Like, this is bad shit, guys.
Yeah, we're taking it seriously. You just need to take a few deep breaths here, man.
Yeah. No, don't worry
Once
about it.
Zale is out of earshot, because she doesn't want to make Zale more freaked out than he already is, she will tell Hanu what she heard from the radio.
Okay. She'll be like, interesting. Interesting.
Still did that.
Repeat it in a questioning manner, loudly, so Zale does hear it.
What did it
It
say?
depends on if Cac is right near.
What? It said we don't belong here? Interesting.
Clinches.
Alright.
That
Let me just quickly see
phrase.
if I can find better headphones. One sec.
That phrase is hit
Don't
a
worry.
little too home for just Zell as a fucking character. That I don't like it.
Don't belong here.
I mean, yeah, we're out of time.
You don't belong here. You white haired freak. It was a rocket, little Zale. Sorry for live. That memory is flashing back right now.
Oh god, this is bringing back fucking memories now. How he was treated before. Oh god.
Sounds like you had a lot of jerks in Koiko.
He hears himself saying it whenever he took down those people because of Zarman. He was so brutal about it. The next memory. Oh yeah. A lot of flashbacks in this one, guys. It's the 80s. Do you think you get very far without a flashback?
Oh god. Yeah. Yep. That is not
Except for
doing
the way
so
Vale is just like flashing back to like moments in his childhood where either he or somebody else was saying, "You don't belong here." But as it goes on, the things start to become more absurd. Like, and you're also going to be noticing that in just little bits.
Oh.
You're just tired. You blinked your eyes and it was fine. Man, you really gotta get sleep.
You know,
Don't worry, it's gonna be like one of those shitty uses of flashback where you get the same flashback like 10 minutes after or before or after
Yeah.
the same flashback you just got. In case you forgot.
Oh god. You know that whole thing of like yesterday during I don't know who freaking said it with like intelligence is sometimes a curse. What was that? I forgot who said it in Ace's
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. This is
Babette, did you manage to get headphones?
Yes, I did. Sorry, I forgot to
Right,
actually say that
then.
I'd done it.
All right, then let's kick this back off. With a flashback, as not that long ago, figure's shadow walked in through the alleyway entrance into Paradox's garage. Pulled up here in 1983. See as Libby is holding up bits and pieces of clothing in comparison to everybody, sizing them up, trying to find appropriate clothes that would make them fit in this time or in this timeline. And in the midst of that, and the sudden burst of sound from the radio, as Zale turns it off, you hear him kind of outline what you have to do to avoid it. And as those kind of vague warnings are bared upon the group, you heard as Fee kind of questioningly pointed at this shadow, and they stepped into light this large mechanical guardian and a human woman, blonde hair, pinstriped pantsuit, very simple look. She raises an eyebrow, crosses her arms, and says, "What sort of paradox knockoffs are you?"
Authentic ones, if
Get your
anything.
kicks out of breaking in dressed like people. Is this a historical reenactment for you? I'll go ahead and say that it's a paltry one. I mean, are you supposed to be Dale Wolford, you pale-eyed one with the red eyes? Fancy trick there, but anybody that knows a little bit of thaumaturgy can pull off the same one. Not impressed.
And
Everybody knows that the true Zale has a beard and stands at 6'2".
Sal kind of like tilts his head and is like, I don't think I grow that tall. Do I?
And you speak, belying true ignorance. Voice of reason has no voice. Ironic, is it not?
Oh, yes, he got his tongue ripped out. It seems.
Eyes dart to you.
I will say we're authentic all the less, just a different flavor of what you're used to experiencing. The moon. Calendar, I think if you look at the date, you'd realize there is a discrepancy within time.
Hmm.
He walks into the room. Mechanical giant is standing right there in the passageway. Doesn't even move a little bit when she walks away. Might as well just be a fucking whore.
So I'm guessing you are the new owner of this building. There was a mechanical dragonfly here. Said that we should not run or leave the premise. So we
This
are
was
here.
mine.
And so I'm
And
guessing that
you
you're the valiant
obeyed.
alchemist. I guess you're the valiant alchemist then?
Eyes dart to you. Okay. I'll say that your information is impressive. However, this was some sort of attempt to lure me into a trap. No, if I do not leave here in an hour, the entire place will come down.
This is not a trap. We're just trying to figure out where we are right now. Or better yet, since You seem to know me. Good answer would be when we are.
Well,
Okay. So I will play this game. I cannot prove it otherwise. I must say, you don't fit the bill. I should know the one that still pays the bills here. Despite the deed being in my name, I want to keep the lights on. In years, I've wondered, what sort of person sends an absolute stranger deed to a hidden location wherein their secrets lie, then is gone by a decade?
Someone that didn't trust himself anymore.
It's her eyes.
and if you want, we could continue this in sign language, considering you're used to that Zale speaking in such a way. Or we continue by
Signs.
having some tea here, she'll sign over, and speaking verbally. It's up to you.
Signs. Either is fine. Tea, she says out loud, would be nice.
She
Walks over. Iron Giant walks across the room and stands behind the couch that she ends up sitting on.
Calm down. He's definitely have calmed down now since this, because now this is hanging somewhere. So Zell would sit down kind of across and just like lift up his leg and kind of cross it over and kind of fold his arms and kind of looking at her. You seem to know me and the other paradoxes. Did I?
Everybody knows of the paradoxes. Famous, you have statues. Name buildings after you. An honorarium.
Odd. We come from a time that hasn't happened yet.
Well, in this time, you've been gone for 10 years.
10.
And then what's been happening in those 10 years? I wonder. If you are who you say you are, perhaps you can enlighten me on this.
If I was to.
Promise not to tell the world your secret. It'll be just between us.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, I was
What
gonna
this
say, how?
what this girl is kind of trying to get at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I don't know why it went that long.
No,
Oh,
I
that-
mean, I was waiting for a certain point.
It's because I
Yeah.
stepped away for a bit, so I'm getting on this insight. I heard
Yeah.
insight, I'm going.
22.
Is
Eliza?
Eliza with also insight?
Yeah.
15. Everybody's running so good tonight. 22, 21, 22.
Oh, wait a second, let me get it.
Can you roll for Eliza as well?
I did.
27.
Enough to realize something a little off, so I'm gonna roll another little thing. Not high enough.
What did
No
Eliza
worries.
get?
She got a 16.
Oh, okay.
Meh.
But the rest of us got 22s and 21s.
Yeah, Hanu fed her bird. She cast guidance. She has a 27.
Right, so, yeah. She definitely comes into this. I mean, you're pretty certain that she's being honest on her end about, having been. You don't think that she lied about anything. That's an important detail of this. So everything she has said has been true. But at the same time, like, you also suss out that she doesn't actually personally know your group. She's working off of reputation. Again, she's mentioned that a complete stranger gave her the deed to this place, and then those people have been gone for 10 years, and she investigated this place and found out that it's connected to them. I mean, it has their workspace in it.
Does she have?
But other
like,
than that, she seems to be fish. But she doesn't seem to be. Okay, what was your question? Sorry.
Yeah. Does she seem to be kind of like, like the kind of thing that I would do, where it's just, talking around the truth, that
She's
kind of
fishing for
shit?
something.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's
She's
fishing.
fishing for
Yeah.
something.
This is some spy shit.
There's not really
Not quite that.
possible, not really a spy shit,
Okay.
but she does seem to be
Keeping her cards close
Oh.
to the vest.
Mhm.
she's keeping her cards close. She doesn't quite buy that you guys are who you are, but she's willing to play along with this conversation
Well,
for a period of time.
Yeah.
You guys have demonstrated that you're not going to that you aren't putting her in a trap. So
well,
Yeah.
I
So she
think
clearly thinks that she's the
Basically,
kind of
the
person who
parameters
could
of
be
it.
who would be important enough to be lured into a trap as well.
here's the thing, Hanu says as she drinks her tea. There's only one Takaro is chosen, and I think there's a really easy way for us to show it, so if you allow me, I can show you Takaro's true form, or at least the chosen's form. It's up to you if you want an easy truth or you want to dance around this topic until you find it.
Be my guess.
Yeah, she'll just pop up her sovereignty, continue drinking her tea. 10 minutes, you can breathe underwater. If you want to try it out, take a swim. That's not thaumaturgy right there. That's something else.
See as she puts down her tea kettle and her teacup, and she puts her pinky right in it. Moves it. You're telling the truth. We are gifted. And so that would make you. And you see as suddenly she reaches up and bites down on it, like her knuckle, and looks really intent and thought for a moment, and then goes, Not from the past. You're not simply younger, you're different. The Minotaur, why is he purple? That's not the same.
Can't just
There's several
ask
other
someone about their
discrepancies here.
color.
So I was like
You
looking
can't
at
ask
this.
someone why they're purple.
So I was like looking at this, and he's like, ah, now you know who she, what kind of person she is. And he's just asking ways till she comes to the conclusion. Cause she'll come to the conclusion. She's smart.
So you're from a different timeline. How long are you staying?
For the moon cycle, as I said, we're just a different flavor of what you're used to.
To be precise, 3 days. Did something happen
Days.
that we should be concerned about?
Nothing. However, I would like to make you aware that while you are visitors, the actions that you take here are permanent here. Conduct yourselves accordingly. In the meantime, for that to this particular situations, I can only offer you one dose. Cogsworth. He reaches out his open hand, and you see it's this massive metal hand. The center of it just opens like a camera lens, and she reaches into this little hole there and pulls out a single. It's like a small case, perhaps like a cigar case, and she puts it on the table right in front of you.
So kind of leans forward. Doesn't touch it just yet. Kind of looks at her. What is this?
It is something that I developed after reading through your notes here. I found research here somewhat disturbing. Evidently, traveling with shadow space can incur certain levels of psychosis, but only if you die. If the person dies here, understand, they're not really dead. They've merely woken up. You'll be fine. And if you were to all die right now, you would probably wake up perfectly fine. No harm done. Ritual suicide, honestly, is a terrible way to go. I would personally just spend some time around and hope that you don't make too much of a splash. If you do, and things get too out of hand, use this on the corpse of somebody that has fallen. It will ensure that psychosis doesn't travel over. Unfortunately, I only have one dose for you.
So kind of looks at her more kind of thoughtfully. He just kind of looks at her. How long have you been researching this? 10 years? Since I left? The other meeting.
Yes. Almost.
Why?
Does she seem
Stop me
like
asking.
that is actually true? Like what she's giving us, at least to her knowledge, will do that?
Give me an insight check. Actually, I'll just carry that one over. It's still the same conversation. Cool. Then, yes, she seems to be telling the truth on this.
Okay.
So that's why? Why were you so interested in my underself's work? Then you dedicated 10 years to this.
I'll answer your question if you answer one of mine.
Alright, trade information. Proceed.
Looks at you. Did you ever cure it? Soul sickness.
Not yet.
Well, what was your question again?
Why were you interested in this work?
Oh, yes. I merely found it curious. Well, I lived a very sheltered life, and I received a very curious letter with the deed to this location. We never met, but I had the odd feeling that whoever sent me that letter had known me.
Oh. Ingenuity usually takes a leap of faith, so?
I can
Well, was just curious enough with me to leave my sheltered life, and I haven't been back in 10 years. In that time, I've done quite well for myself. In a way, I suppose I should thank you, since I want to thank the version of you, perhaps for a very long time, if at all.
So his facial features soften and he kind of, well, if it was me, I guess he didn't know your situation. He wants you to have a little freedom. To enjoy
Well,
life.
we are all in our own chains. Boxes, boxes. Everywhere there's boxes. I, however, have duties to attend to. The Queen's way about it. It's not your queen. I'll be off.
I have
What?
two
Conduct yourselves
questions.
accordingly as visitors.
Actually, is there a newspaper stand nearby that we can safely look up this information? And number two, are you comfortable with sharing what happened 10 years ago? What global event occurred? Only if you're comfortable. You can answer one or both, or not.
There was a death curse that swept the land. Brief and then gone. As it seemed, so too were the paradoxes. It is assumed they fell in breaking that curse. As such, in honorarium.
Before you go, besides the title of Valvani Alchemist, what's your name?
My name is Emmy.
I'll remember that.
Any other questions?
No.
I'm getting the odd feeling that this is a new experience for you, Shadow Space.
You'd be right on the
Bat
money.
just kind of snorts.
You'd be right on the money. No.
Well, I wouldn't let the writings of, well, a busy mind can often lead to undue paranoia. And many trips through shadow space can be daunting.
Came to the conclusion as well. We'll be careful.
Stands up, teacup. Just a slight little bow to you. Her eyes kind of meet everybody in the room individually. You just get the feeling like she's just comparing you to something. And then she turns and trips right over the foot of her giant. The radio suddenly fucking blares into life as she trips over it. And oh, come on. Why is it always this song? Did they just seriously play the same stuff all day long?
Is it the
Brushes
same
herself
lyrics?
off on her pantsuit, and she's just like, it does feel like that. Rather like this song. You guys take care.
You
She
too.
turns it down. You watch as she walks out. Arthur kind of.
Okay.
Silhouette disappears. Arthur turns the radio off.
Hanu's gonna wait the moment she doesn't hear her footsteps. Okay, so she answered the second question, which means newsstands don't exist anymore, guys. Something's wrong. I don't even know if newspapers exist, too. Shit!
I saw one right outside
Oh.
when I went to go to the other store.
Oh, okay, that's good, that's good.
So now I'm very calm. He's actually a lot calmer now from that incident. Alright. Well, that makes a lot more sense now. And I've calmed.
You're
Just-
calm after that conversation?
Yes,
That
something.
just seems to be their way they do things, Fee.
That's more
Said the
familiar.
word psychosis a lot of times.
We
I
just need to stay safe.
Which
understanding helps calm me, and that helped answer a lot of questions I
which
had on my mind.
means we need to make
In this
sure...
particular case, understanding is freaking me
No,
out.
it's fine. Come on, drink your tea, come on. Come on. Well,
So, just to reiterate, just cleanly. First rule of shutter space. Do not leave the bubble. Second, there is a entity. Entity that's in a way seeks us out because we are not from here. Looking at it makes it easier to get you. I don't know what it does. My notes didn't go in detail, but the one way to stop it is to not look at it and to run away. And third, as was stated in this conversation as well, we're only here for 3 days. It tells me it's gonna get dangerous though, the further we are in this time, that we do not belong here. So, we could stay here. Stay safe. If things get weird, cover our eyes and do not look. But, in a way, staying stationary, sitting here with no place to run, would be sitting in a trap. So, let's go.
Yeah, I'm feeling way weirder the longer we.
no!
No.
It got her!
She's sitting there. I don't feel so good. Evaporates.
Fire!
Fuck, there goes our one
Mr.
dose.
Stark, I don't
What's wrong
feel so
with you?
good.
Mr. Wolford, I don't feel so good.
Frida!
Bria! Okay.
Oh, there you
Oh, sorry.
You're muted.
Oh, there you
There you go.
go. That was great timing. Frida!
Alright.
He got her! So let's go figure some things out.
Well,
You know,
you
keep the skies to keep to ourselves, but if that thing, whatever it is, comes after us, we run back here. But at least we have a place to go at the end. If you get what I'm getting at.
well, here's the
Hey,
thing.
but if we're gonna go out, we can't go out looking like this. And Libby throws all of outfits towards each of you guys, and about to do some fucking rolls here real quick,
Yeah.
guys, to see how this went.
As she's
And
doing
Babette's helping.
Yeah, as she's doing that, Hanu will look at all the NPCs. We're always gonna stick together. If we're gonna branch off for anything, everybody here needs to know coordination, where you're going, when you're coming back, or at least estimated.
Here's the thing, and this is since I understand this place, and this is our first time in it. Everybody should stick together.
Exactly. If
No branching.
You don't have to tell me that, but after all of this, I'd rather we just stay in the same area. That seems like the smart idea, at
The
least,
problem
right?
with the problem with that, well, is that if this thing, no, if you look at it and empowers it, doesn't mean it can still get you while you just has your eyes closed. That means we have to run away from it with our eyes closed.
it's better to know the environment you're running away in from.
Well, that's how I run away every time, so.
But then again, here's the one thing. We have an unknown enemy, but we also have known enemies outside. Everywhere that we go, we have to know the environment of it. It's harder for an enemy to lay siege. But then
What
again,
enemies
this is...
outside are we talking about? Sorry, before he says that, you say Willem.
Yeah, I said, Willem, we know that you have fantastic abilities to run away with your eyes closed, but the rest of us do need to get the lay of the land before we can do anything like that.
I won't object. As long as we're all sticking together, I'm for whatever plan you come up with.
Right.
Don't leave me alone.
When somebody
Not
knows
to be trapped in the future.
Yeah.
This, in a way, it's, and this is, I know this would kind of have bad memories. We kind of have to run this like kind of like a loop. We started from here, we go out, and we end here, and the 3 days are up. This is our end point that we need to get to, in case that thing starts chasing us.
Another safe
And
zone
that's
could be the atrium, once we're allowed
Exactly.
to go there. But that
Yeah,
also
that's
might
not
be
until the third day.
that might also be the worst place to go. So
It also might have more answers. I mean, you're gonna find some stuff in the garage, but Atrium is the HQ. 40 years in the future, tell me you don't want to get a sneak peek on why it is that Elemenite is the thing being spoken on the radios right now. Because I certainly do.
oh. Let's do things a little bit at a time. Look at a newspaper, see what else current events are going on, and then we can discuss pulling a full force push to the atrium if needed. But still remember, there's the human factor.
I can't be so inconspicuous, but I would, again, if that thing appears, we cannot look at it. If we cannot make it to the atrium, then we make our way back here. I don't know what the thing does from contradiction of that conversation and my notes. It might drive you mad.
Well, maybe not dwelling on the fact that it will drive us mad and actually doing something productive is what we should be doing.
I have a
I'm Gonzo!
I'm gonna kill that machine.
You look over. It didn't come from that direction,
What?
Arthur says.
Oh,
As you
fuck!
look to the other side of the room, you see in that same silhouette of the space that had been the giant, but now oddly shaped round sides, and this weird giant scissor silhouette coming from it. And as it steps underneath it, and you go, maybe she came back?
Guys, I don't know what
immediately
sound you're
close your
talking
eyes.
about.
Gonzo steps into the thing.
Are you fucking
I need
kidding
you
me?
all to make me wisdom saving throws.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody within 10 feet is on
Unless
it.
anybody in that moment chose to close their eyes.
I was about to say Beth
Yeah,
would
she
have
would have
just shut her fucking
Yeah,
eyes.
she also would have been like, what voice are you talking about, guys? And closed her eyes.
So, yeah, so close for his eyes. He's
Okay.
She will
Can you roll
also
for the
pop...
NPCs?
She's gonna, she's gonna also need to pop up her Aura of Purity with a huge ass sigh. Just
oh no, cat!
So,
Oh no, cat!
everybody... Oh, well, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Hanu popped up her Aura of Purity, so everybody within 30 feet have advantage on their mental saves if they did not close their eyes because they didn't listen to directions. She's just.
So Cat got an 11.
Yeah.
But if he's.
It would be a
With the
14
plus 3,
because
it's a 14.
yeah, Zarman's there. So
Oh my god.
Oh
Arthur
no.
got a nat 1.
Oh no.
With advantage if he's 30 feet within me?
Oh no, he has a
Yeah,
16.
she put a. She
he'd
put
have a
Aura of
19
Purity.
within. Yeah,
Yeah.
he would have he would have a 19 because Zarman's there too.
Yeah.
Within 10 feet of Zarman.
What's the casting time for?
It's just
for
one
Aura
action.
Purity?
So let me go show it to you. It's a full level.
Since it's one action, if it was a bonus action or less, then I would just let it. But we'll roll to see whether or not you get it for that. So roll initiative for me.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Just Hanu, right?
And
Yeah.
what kind of...
Just Hanu.
Is it against being charmed or frightened?
It is against
is? Well,
being
I-
frightened.
I have advantage regardless then.
Okay. Well,
And there
she's
you
not
going.
go. You
really
have an
matters.
11.
She's
Okay, so
he
plus
would
3,
have a
so
14.
14.
she's
Yeah,
gonna
he would have 14.
channel divinity
Gotcha.
her thing because she
Bad.
got a 9, so I don't think I even get advantage with that. So that's it. She gets some.
A 9.
Oof.
She sighs. Guys, don't look, please. Please.
Too late.
All right.
So Arthur did get that nat 1 then.
Yes.
If it's any benefit, it's only a 10 because he's within 10 feet of Zarman.
It was still not one.
Nice.
Yeah. Or a protection, baby.
It's still
Yes.
not one though.
I mean, if it's
I'd
one of those things
say-
of failing by so much, I mean, it could have been way worse, but it's still a 10.
Pick pick 2 other NPCs to be within that range.
Fee, because I'd imagine we were fucking with the radio.
All right.
And probably Tirana.
I think Tirana has her own. She's a paladin.
I don't think if she's a 6th level one though.
Oh, okay.
If Zell was close to Fee, can he have closed her eyes for her? Because Zell is
You wouldn't have been able to close yours.
No, close my eyes.
She's got proficiency. She's
Okay.
a druid. You gotta trust in her wisdom.
Yep. I'm just concerned. I don't want Fee to go mad.
All right. There was Tirana.
And this
And
this is scary shit, guys. I don't like this. Oh, poor. So I mean, you shut your eyes, right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even bother making the save.
Okay, cool.
oh wow, Willem did surprisingly well.
He was ready, man. He was listening to Zell. He was like,
Yeah.
"All right, close my eyes, close my eyes, close my eyes."
Yeah, I just like the idea if I have a choice of choosing NPCs, it's never going to be Willem within the range. Zarmer doesn't position himself near Willem.
And then
I love that.
Bill Kelly.
Kelly. Come on, Kelly.
Not bad. And then yeah. Nice.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody have lower than a 14?
No. Close, but no. I think just Arthur.
Then I gotta do Eliza.
Unless, did Eliza close
I'd
her
imagine
eyes?
Eliza
Yeah.
followed directions.
Eliza seems like the kind of girl who'd follow directions.
Eliza's.
Although she's curious.
In the
Yeah, that's
color
why.
was-
Like, she might be curious. Oh no.
she's
Well, that's the only
involved.
reason Gak did. Is like, I should close my eyes, but I need to know.
His eyes are wide open at everything in life.
Eliza's
Exactly.
totally looking.
Yeah, if Babette notices
Looking.
Eliza looking, Babette would try and cover her eyes.
But you won't be able to hear.
Nah, you can- Your eyes
Right.
closed.
She can
or you
avert
try
her
and cover
eyes, though. I think
hers?
if she looks in the opposite direction, that's like the.
Yeah, she's gonna clap her hands over Eliza's eyes and then look away. I don't
Oh.
know if that's going to result in a wisdom save, but
Not too late.
yeah.
Oh,
My
no.
girl.
Make a wisdom saving, Sarah.
Me?
Yeah, because you tried to
That's
steal
you.
her with her eyes.
Oh! I'm gonna re-roll it with my fucking necklace.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Just like
So now I'm cursed and I still failed that throw.
Oh my god,
Rip.
it worked! Oh.
guys, my bubble of purity. She's
Oh,
just I wasn't fast enough. She's actually pretty.
It's not your fault, honey.
She swears under her breath of, oh my god.
Do I take damage now or no?
My initiative was
At the moment,
ended up
right now,
I don't take any damage.
you are frightened of this creature.
Oh, that well,
You
I didn't need a
immediately
wisdom
feel
save
wrong.
for that.
Well, you have the condition frightened,
Yeah,
so
I
you
know.
can't really move through it. She's
Yes.
at disadvantage, etc., etc.
But I still look
you
away
are now-
after.
Yes. And lower than a 14. It would have been from you guys.
Cac met 14,
Alive.
so he met 14. And then
Okay.
Babbitt failed. Between
Yep.
people who made saves.
And Eliza's fine.
Summer would have followed directions.
Yep. He's fine. And that just leaves Kelly
I thought you
as
wrote
having messed up.
What? No, Kelly.
She has a 13.
Damn it.
And everybody else is fine. All right. You are frightened, and it overwhelmingly just stiffens you to the core. You go to look away immediately, but you feel like that thing is already right behind you. Like at any moment, it's just gonna be stabbing you in the back. And if you were to turn around, all of your friends would already be dead. All of these thoughts and fears just rushing through you as you look away from it. It's this fucking cartoon character stepped out. Just this automaton kind of fucking doll of rounded shapes that looks like this odd caricature of a gardener. But it's got this wicked shears that look bloody. You caught just the slightest little hint of it when you looked away, and there's something wrong with its face, with its smile. You all close your eyes, and you can hear this Gonzo!
Where did it sound like it was coming from?
A bit closer.
If Zarman hears anybody freaking out, Zarman did prep heroism today, so whoever's closest. Who would be closer to Zarman at this point? Kelly or Babette?
Babette.
Zarman will shift over towards Babette and cast heroism.
Alright.
Cool. What does this do?
It gives you temp HP and makes you immune to being frightened.
Woohoo!
Also, for a heads up, you can also heal somebody and get immune for fighting for 1 round. Zarman.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. Okay. And I think her Aura of Purity got wasted because it doesn't really help, I guess, somebody get out of the frightened condition. It just says saving throws against
It's just
frightened,
if they
so-
repeat saves, but
Yeah.
that Zarman's
Just if
True
they
Wizard would
repeat.
knock them out. So,
Yeah, so.
so Zarman used
you
that
can get there
on.
for the early buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She was too
What's
slow
your-
and got
Um,
wasted. Fuck.
What's your spellcasting modifier?
3. It's just 3
Okay.
temp HP. But the important bit is you're no longer frightened.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, and I'd
Feel
imagine
the
that would be whatever 6 seconds
relief
Zarman could
kind
do
of
for that
go.
time period. So,
Way, and you hear, "I'm Gonzo!" It's a little bit further away now, actually. And Kelly's like, I don't think I very much care for this. That there was a certain running away portion of this plan.
I think
Sounded like it went further away.
you need to close your eyes when you run away, so if your eyes are not closed right now, please do that. But we are right here for you, okay?
Our eyes are closed. Everybody's eyes are pretty much closed as far as you know, unless one of you are peeking right now.
Okay.
yep.
And
I swear to God,
it sounded,
Kat,
yeah,
you're
it sounded
fucking
further
peeking.
away.
This will be up for next 10 minutes, but if somebody notices something off, hears it, close your eyes automatically. I can only get so many of you. I will.
My goes, we should make a chain, hand to hand. I can lead the way.
Yep.
Sounds like a good idea.
Zarman put one hand on somebody's shoulder and another hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Joanna.
Babette
Right.
has Eliza's hand in like
Okay.
a vice grip.
Alright, why don't we set up in twos and then have it zigzag so we're not.
Go ahead and take that list. NPCs and figure out like who's holding on to who. What y'all's order for this?
Especially since Zarman has shifted over towards Babette, but probably Babette and Zarman have a connection there. I don't know who else it would be.
I'll be
If
holding
she
on to
was following
Joanna.
Zarman in that moment, because she was also having her eyes closed, so I'd imagine that would be it.
Yeah, so I will be holding on to the
They're all
round.
kind of like calling each other's names, speaking to get towards each other. This brief little bit of odd Marco Polo as you feel for each other's shoulders, and there's that brief, of like fear when you touch something that it might not be what you think it is. Then, it's your ally, and you on their shoulder, you make this chain with Rana at the lead, and you said, you were
Yeah, since
or
I
not
can kind
Toronto
of
at the lead.
remember.
I meant to say
Maya.
Maya at the lead, and then you behind her, and Toronto would probably take up the rearish, right behind Fee.
Shana would be in the middle, so she's in the center of 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Zarman would try to be essential to try to see how much he can fit in his time.
Behind Zell. Who's behind Zell? Who wants to be behind Zell?
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Cat.
No, Keck is just breathing.
I like the idea that somebody has to hold on to Kek's fucking massive.
Actually,
fucking
where is
friend too.
Sunera? Sunera. I swore I saw you earlier. Where are you now?
I'm here.
Okay.
You see as he materializes in the middle
Well,
of the
we
thing,
wouldn't see that.
We wouldn't
goes,
see.
We hear her
Yeah.
materialize. That
You hear this sound, right?
even
As
though
her voice
there's
says, "I am here."
even though there's no curtains, we hear a curtain just.
Okay,
You
so
all look somewhat ridiculous.
close your eyes.
mental monster, it knows that we don't belong.
Go
And-
ahead.
Yeah, okay. And I look very fashionable for this time, okay? I resent that.
I'll put Fee behind
Oh,
me.
I would say you resemble that.
Yes.
Put Fee behind
Actually,
me.
what outfits did we get from Libby?
Yeah.
All right. So, she fucking rolled boss on all that shit, actually.
Heck
so,
yeah.
you guys all got the positive stuff on it.
Right. I look like a skater punk. I look like a conch head. Hell yeah.
Only in one of them, did the advantage, like,
Oh my.
even end up being to be necessary. But it lifted it from, like, mediocre to, like, your choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zarman would have the knitwear.
I bet's got that red coat with the black skirt and the black gloves.
Wait, guys, where exactly are we going?
Wherever everybody was leaving earlier,
Okay.
preferably.
Okay.
Isn't that the direction that it was coming from? I'm Gonzo! And you hear that it's like standing right next to one of you. Like just right off the left side of your guys' flank.
Move
And
to the door.
you guys suddenly bolt forward with that. And as you rush, just blindly reaching out, hoping that Maya knows where she's going. Right? And you wind through, and there's a couple little bumps along the way as you like hit into something, and a couple of you guys like start to like call out that we're taking a turn as you feel it and stuff. And watch out for the doorway as you guys round up into the alleyway and out underneath that light. And it's not until all of a sudden you hear this whoosh, 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 loud wind of vehicles rushing by, and somebody goes, "Hey, watch where you're going! What the hell are you doing?" Oh, weirdos. I swear this city gets weirder every year, doesn't it, man? And it's like, I don't know, man. It looks like they were having a lot of fun.
Don't judge performance artists.
You guys end up moving in the opposite direction of these people, and there's a couple of other just like, huh? What's that about? I don't know. And at one point in time, Tehran actually has to elbow somebody off of the rear as they thought it was like a join-up thing, right? and then eventually, you guys kind of come to a little bit of a stop, and there's rushing vehicles to your left, and in several like stopped like right in front of you at some sort of intersection. And you're on a sidewalk, snow on the side of it. There's only like every once in a while a disparate couple of pedestrians, and then your long trail of group. And
All right.
I think we can open our eyes.
Opens his eyes
Okay. All right.
immediately.
So now
Alright.
I know what spell to be preparing tomorrow.
Yeah, we need to.
Also, we stand out a lot when we run around like this. I'm just gonna say. We should probably, break up into smaller groups, or we're gonna draw a lot of attention here. You see, like, kind of down at the end, where there's one of the people that you'd kind of passed by is currently in the conversation. What looks to be probably a police officer of some sort. They're uniformed. They've got, kind of what looks to be a club or something on their side, and a shield-like thing on their back. Their clothes are so weird looking. They got this odd helmet with an odd visor on it. All right, really odd looking. Very like spacey, and they kind of like look in your direction, and like, yeah, but hey, I think we can go in there and kind of, pass off. Maybe dilute ourselves a little bit, ask around, and he points across the street, and you can see this massive structure made out of concrete or something. It's like, it must be a fortress or something, but you see, or maybe it's a temple, because there's a lot of people going in and out. Because most of them seem to be like around, like they're not old, they don't look like worshippers though, they're not dressed like worshippers, alright? There's a lot of people going in and out of this big ass concrete building, and it goes blocks. Like there used to be several different like square sections here of shops, very much similar to your own little block. Just like a little square section. This must have taken down dozens of those things to build this.
You're sending us into a
Big
mall.
old flashy signs on it, and it says the Hearthvine Grand Plaza Mall.
Oh
Backlit.
God.
Yeah.
Since
Well, we should try to pick 3 groups of 4. Who's going with who?
I'll be with Eliza.
Alright. Just to make this easier. I'll go empty cities. Unless some PC wants to come with me, I'll take some NPCs with me. So I'll go with Arthur, Fee, and then Tirana. The Zell's group.
Fee and Toronto.
I don't know about you guys, but we got 3. She points to her, Zarmin, and Sunera. Well, actually, I don't know what you're prepared for today, Sunera, but I mean,
Yeah, we should all be in one of these groups just because we can heal if something bad happens.
yeah.
You said 4 groups.
I will stay around.
3 groups of 4.
Then
You might end up meeting me.
yes, I'll text in there then, and then Fee will go with Hanu.
Okay.
And Babette and Eliza will go with Hanu.
So, Arthur, Tirana, and Sunera.
Go,
That, Eliza, and Thea, Hanu.
Then whoever's left over is in sermons.
Jack, Tirana, and
Wait, Kelly, where are you?
Of
Where did
course,
you go?
Willem got paired with Sarmin, but okay.
I mean, he saw you do that flashy stuff when you saved him all that time ago. You're like,
I will
definitely the one
say
dealing with it.
before since she's currently holding Willem's hand, she'll look like offended. Big bro, I thought we were always gonna stick together though.
Don't say it like that.
We're all gonna make it out if you're alive. Statistically, if there's groups of 3, I'd prefer to be on the one that's definitely going to survive.
I thought you trusted me though.
Wow.
Who's in the office getting us through this?
She just takes a big sniff. Fine.
Damn.
So Maya, Willem, Kak, Sarmin, right? For Sarmin's group?
Yep, something like that.
Oh shit. We have Sarmin and
you-
Kak in a group with Willem. This is funny. And Maya. We have 3 people who aren't gonna take a shit.
No,
It's great.
we need Kelly. That's
No.
the thing, guys. Where the fuck did Kelly go?
Who's
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Kelly!
who's
No!
Kelly going?
Kelly.
She looks.
Okay.
Actually, I think that I'm gonna see about getting Buster 2.0 running, because I think it might be pretty safe. If I see anything spooky, I promise that I'm gonna get a hold of you. In fact, I found a couple of these communicating devices.
Oh my gosh.
Cell phones call them cellular phones.
Oh my gosh, I
Cell-
heard communication. She'll hug Kelly. Like, really fiercely. Yes.
So I'll kind of look at it, will like kind of tilt his head, and then he'll check his pack real quick, and pull up Victor's phone.
Looks like actually an identical model.
Opens it.
Tech.
Okay. Oh wait, Maya actually went Hanu's group with that group?
No, I
didn't
think
realize.
Maya would go with Kelly then in Kelly's place, because Honey would have like 5 people in her group altogether.
So Kelly's out.
Well, Maya's like, if Kelly's going in the other direction, then I'm gonna go and make sure that she's all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah, make sure
I need
nobody's
my eyes to be
isolated.
able to fight, and Kelly is like, and I personally work on that machine blindfolded. I've been dreaming about it for so long.
Okay, that's good.
So Kelly and Maya are going to be on
They're gonna be
the way.
blind the entire time that they're doing this shit.
Well,
No eyes open the entire time while she works on a machine and she blindly guards her.
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So before they
Yeah.
leave, Hanu will give them her.
Running back.
Yeah, before they leave, Hanu's gonna
Give
give
her the-
them her good berry wine, just in case somebody does get hurt. This is pretty potent stuff. Please don't drink it for, any sake. It's like a healing
Don't worry
potion.
about it.
Alright.
Went ahead and deleted all the other useless numbers out of there, and just went ahead and made it to where the only one is mine. Pretty easy to figure out.
Okay.
Oh,
so
I thought
Zarma's
you meant.
group-
Really honest. I hope we're able to take a couple of these things back with us.
Oh, maybe, if we have, like, one, Zale can, like, attach it and stuff, and then he can, like, make a blueprint of it?
Zell you see Zell when you turn around, he has actually one in his hand already.
I know, she's-
Officer, you see finishing up their conversation with that person, and they kind of give him a nod, and they kind of slowly start to walk in y'all's direction and stuff, but they don't look like they're in any hurry about nothing.
Let's
We
start-
really ought to be moving on.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's split up.
Alright, yeah, she'll give
points
the good berry wine to Maya and Kelly between those two and be like, be safe.
And then each
smoke
group
a
has a phone.
Half of us, when we cross this crosswalk, should keep walking for another block and then come back separately, so it doesn't look like we split up as a mob. We're just a bunch of people waiting across the sidewalk.
Understand.
Mhm.
Just as
Oh,
go with you, Mike. For Zarman, you have Kak and Willow with you.
There you go.
cars parked there
Excuse
waiting and
me,
stuff.
sir.
Officer slowly meandering his way towards you. Kinda lightly twirling his on. A little bit
Yeah,
of
We're
a
all-
I mean, we're all crossing the
Yeah,
street.
Yeah, across
yeah.
the street.
You gotta wait. There's a stop sign there and a bunch of cars and speeding highway. You're waiting for that crosswalk sign and staring at it and waiting for those cars to not be blaring past. At
who's
an
next to me right
impossible
now?
speed. Could
Who's
try
next
and
to me
run
right now?
across it, but that would look really suspicious.
Who's next to me
wouldn't it?
right now?
Guys,
I mean, whoever. What does it matter?
Just gonna do
What-
something.
Oh god.
guys,
No.
listen. People who run usually seem guilty right off the
Yeah,
bat.
this is exactly how
No.
Babette and Eliza are still fucking
No,
here.
you
Is by
really
just
just
waiting.
need to chill.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
sign is gonna go in just like a moment.
He was gonna run.
On walking.
yeah. Hanu
God.
will actually hand Fia her bird right now. It's like, hey, guess what? I think he'd be very safe in your arms if you want to go scratch him.
Oh,
I'll keep him safe. Promise.
There you go. And she will snuggle herself up and put her jacket on. So trying to fill the emptiness that's in her heart now since Hanu Amaka's not away with her.
Doesn't we look at this phone?
Getting a little
Genuinely
bit
curious.
closer. Whistling his little tune. Just 30 feet away now. Oh, fucking come on. It's still going there. In there, you're trying to look casual. You don't want to look like anything. Go ahead and give me deception checks, everybody.
Oh, she is gonna guidance herself.
I'm holding Eliza's hand. Can I get that human guidance?
Human guidance.
Human
Also,
guidance.
someone perception check for me, please.
Oh damn!
Deception.
I rolled better than.
Deception.
Oh, you got
Whatever
an
we're doing.
18.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
18 for Babette.
16.
16 for Zell. Zell's really. Zell's like look at the phone and like he's like kind of like actually looking at it. How it works.
Just in that grouping, you have listed Toronto twice. Is Toronto with Zell or is Toronto with Zarman?
Toronto with Zell. I wrote in group chat, so those are the things that come up. So Zell, Arthur, Toronto, Sonara.
Right. I mean, I guess it's a choice of does Toronto want to be near Willem or not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, no. Who did you mention on your list?
So with Zell's group, it's Arthur,
yeah,
Toronto.
I mean, yeah, I know who you mentioned. I'm talking about who did Zarman take with him.
Zarman has Kak and Willem, and then I just wasn't sure if there was another person because of the Maya and Kelly split.
Yeah, because mine and Kelly went back, so those are what he was left with.
Yeah, it's just on the
On the
writing you
Foundry
have
thing,
there
it
on
says Toronto.
Foundry.
I see
Toronto
it.
twice.
Yes.
Yes.
And Zell says Toronto's with him, so.
Yes, she is with him.
Yep. Let's throw it down real quick.
And Maya and Kelly both have one healing potion, healing potions in terms of her good berry wine, so they're set up. Unless she doesn't really have potions on her to give out.
You have your stuff.
Yeah. She's like, no, I mean, like, she doesn't have, like, she used her one healing potion a while back, and she never really replaced that, so she's like, shit. As she's padding to see, I swear I had a, no, it's just this one.
They're equipped with stuff.
Yeah.
And it's getting closer. Maybe about 15 feet away. He's walking up behind you guys. And just for like a brief moment, you feel like he's about to walk up and just ask you guys a question, right? And you're just trying not to give him the in, right? Don't meet his eye so he can't start the conversation early. Keep looking at the road. You don't know he's walking up or that he's aware of you. And you're staring at that sign just wishing it would fucking go. And you don't belong here. Flashes for just a moment. And then a bunch of movement going past you as other people on the sidewalk start walking forward. And you see that it's turned into the walk.
Calmly walk.
Yep.
I'm just
calmly walking.
Art imitates life, so Eliza's also on the phone right now.
Yeah. Zell's on the phone.
No, just Eliza has the cell. She's carrying the cell phone because she's the smart one of the group. She knows how to use these things. But Ben and like Ahan are like, those are some buttons there. Wow. What is that? This is a puzzle. It's like a Rubik's cube. Here, Eliza.
Buttons.
Just keep walking across that road. Make it to the other side, to the, steps where there's the plaza and stuff. But a couple of you keep walking for a little while, and you guys wind your way back. Entering in to Hearthfine Grand Center Plaza Mall. It's an extravagant 80s mall. There's an elevator. There's a waterfall. Is that a playpen? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Social distancing isn't a thing yet. Like, people running around in jogging outfits with headphones on that look crazy and tacky. And there's a lot of spandex going on in some of these shops that you walk by. There's evidently this maybe might be a worship center for physical fitness. Because there's a lot of that going on here. You notice that a lot of these people are pretty young, there's a lot of really young people. There's a couple of little old ones sitting on benches every once in a while. But for the most part, people here look like they're, on the younger side. And you end up entering into this big old court area where people are just munching down, and the waves of food just hit you, and it is overwhelming. I mean, there's a lot of it going on. I mean, this place cannot make up its mind on what kind of foods are available. You realize this isn't a temple, it's a bazaar. It's like a big old feast place right in the middle of it with a bunch of food vendors and just strips and strips of shops. And there's people running by, and there's music playing in every single store. And there's so much noise going on in this place, guys. Like, Holy crap! You thought Allville was loud before. It is nothing compared to what's going on now. Just energetic lights and energetic people. There's just rows filled with these shops with TV screens in them that have these monitors on them that are displaying like little pictures and shows going on. And there is another arcade in here, very similar to you. Who thought that they needed two of these things in the same district? Evidently, there's another one. This one's fucking twice the size as the one you guys saw, and it has just a row of those things. You notice that the Gonzo, the gardener game is in there, and it's at the back, and instinctively it kind of makes you shudder for a moment when you see it. But it's like an old game, it's all faded, and you guys just kind of continue walking past that shop without even going into the arcade. And it's a little while before you all circumvent to finally like gain seats and stuff, and get to explore the mall for a moment. That's where we're gonna take a break, guys.
Hmm.
You took us to a fucking mall?
I will say,
As soon as you were like, yeah, it's this big concrete building, it's really wide. Like, they must have taken out a bunch of buildings. I was like, I know what he's fucking describing.
Went to a mall, guys.
I will say she's gonna look at this water fountain, look at the physical fitness stuff around. It's like, if there was ever a temple to be made, this is the perfect temple, the pinnacle of what you can do. Except I would definitely make it better. Oh, so good. Beautiful. I love it.
Man.
Took you to a mall.
Yeah, nothing ever bad happens in the mall. In any kind of movie.
There's so many people here. It'll be all right.
So many people that we can shove out of the way. It's gonna be
So
great.
many people are
the rain.
See, all I'm thinking is, fucking, what's it called? Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
You know, or
Dawn
I
of the
can't
Dead.
remember which zombie. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead.
Down the dead being stuck at the mall. Yeah.
Yeah, that was where my brain immediately went.
I mean,
okay.
we're in a horror scenario, so I mean.
We're on break. I'm gonna play. Don't belong here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have the recording keep on going, so don't worry about it.
100%.
Yep, it's still going. So don't say anything incriminating, guys. Like, I don't know, maybe your bank statement and stuff that I can look at later. I'm just saying don't say that at all. Yep.
My pin is.
Yeah, your routing number, maybe like an example of the check that you would make. You know, your handwriting, how it is. If it's, you know.
Yeah, my pin is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, thank you. Beautiful.
Goodness freaking gracious.
But okay, just so I know, what was gonna be the plan for the day? We're just gonna run around and then we're gonna go back to
Try to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where are we gonna sleep?
Here's the thing. Whatever is safe, basically, what someone's saying.
Yeah.
Because staying stationary is not, unless we have like, maybe in small groups like what Kelly and Maya did, it's safe. But because our group is so big, we can't just stay in one location. We kind of have to move around and stay in various locations.
Okay.
So, in a way, it might be good to just go to the atrium and start heading that way, but kind of.
What, are we just gonna
slowly.
sleep on park benches like homeless people?
I mean,
We're just not. We can just go
Hey.
to Mount Commerce right now. So.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we gotta do some home alone shit. We gotta be out in New York. Let's try to survive. A visible monster that no one else can see. The nuts. I love this. I love
We
this
don't
so
know
much.
if no one else.
Oh
can- we
shit!
don't know
Where's
if no one
Libby?
else can see.
Where's Libby going?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Libby would have gone. Libby would have gone with Zarman.
Okay.
There we
Yep.
are.
Okay, I'm
That's
just
what
like,
I knew
holy
that-
shit!
I was like, that's what I was like thinking about. So there you go.
Okay.
Now there we go. All three now.
Oh gosh, Zarma's just like,
Yeah, we left Libby behind. After all that great disguising.
We left him with Living Khaki Willow for Starman's group.
No.
Like, all the
What's the problem here, mate? Alright?
nothing. I just like it because all the charisma shitheads together, except for like
Except
Buffet.
Babette.
Yeah. It's all the charisma like casters.
Well, in Zale's group, you got a cleric, two paladins, like a rogue and shit. And then we just got the bean team right here with we got the insight team right over here.
Yeah.
Insight, day and night. Let's go to see the sunlight. It's great.
NPC team
Oh, I
is
can't
like,
wait
go.
for Babette to walk near a reflective surface now.
Oh, but I can't believe that freaking happened to you. I was like, okay, there's
First
that
time
one.
I use it.
Yeah,
First
first thing
time I
you
fucking
use
use it.
and it does it.
Yeah. But like she would have, like this is like I was gonna try and save the nat ones. It's like, oh well, I was gonna fail that anyway. But no, she would have wanted to use that necklace in that moment.
Yep,
It's
and
just
rolled
a
a
shame that it fucking rolled a 6.
wow. That is
Yeah.
fucking the dice, man. The dice just tell a better story. I mean, that's how they got
Yeah.
the double nat
And now
ones
we're
with
going
advantage.
into a mall with a bunch of glass windows.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. That's gonna be a wreck. It's a good thing she chose to go with Hanu, cause oh shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
She's like, I don't have calm emotions. Wait. She did not prepare that one, but she is a very soothing person.
Exactly.
It was the funniest thing that like Cell's conversation with the artifact with Emmy was what helped him calm him down because it's something he could understand. It's like, okay,
And
that's
everyone
what.
else is like, bitch, what?
Yeah, Zell had missing information, and that honestly freaks him out more than anything.
Yeah.
So then him getting actually information that he needed put him in a very calm. It put him in a calmer state.
Actually, like, Hanu did not have any reaction at all until she said her name. Then she looked over to your belt, which is your snakes called Emmy. She was like, wait! What? It's... Okay, whatever. And then that was just it.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
She was gonna. She really held that in. If you looked at her, you just saw a reaction. That was the only reaction you ever saw of her. Like, oh, huh? Did a triple take, and then looked at her and like, okay.
Emmy, yeah.
We all split up and we're going to a mall.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
What are
And
we going?
Babette's gonna. We're just running away from Gonzo.
It's
Gonzo.
I'm Gonzo!
God. Eventually, throughout this entire night, eventually we're just gonna get so paranoid of that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I'm Gonzo! And like, we're gonna
So
flinch.
sorry for the absolute wreck that Babette is going to become, though, guys. Because
Everyone like goes to bed and has nightmares about Gonzo.
Yeah.
we're gonna make
We
it
all
to
wake up in the
1983 in our actual timeline, and there is going to be a Gonzo game, and we're gonna be like, get that shit away from me.
Get that out. We just instantly like just blow it, like we just attack it and it blows up. Oh, so sorry about that.
We get. Yeah.
My bad. Reflex.
Gone.
It's PTSD.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Arthur probably wants to go to the arcade again, maybe.
Gets mad because I thought it was a stupid game.
He's like, oh gosh.
If we didn't put all the games in there, we would have other things.
Where that's like the thing that like the Zell's think about right now. It's like, why did it choose a form of Gonzo? It's not something that's like the interesting thing that like he's kind of thinking about right
She
now.
doesn't even know what a Gonzo is. Like, what is this like some kind of troll? Is this some kind of fake creature? What's going on?
It's just where now this is like a character of like almost like a book. This is the character of this game quotation mark. So he's like, why would it choose the character of the game to represent himself?
Keep
Hmm.
picturing Gonzo. Goddamn Muppet. If it's that fucking Muppet, I'll be mad. Happy, but mad.
He's the one behind it this entire time. Inside of the game, it's just a Muppet controlling it all.
Good.
Daga, daga.
The funny thing is that Zell wasn't reading you at that moment, so Zell would have been like, why is she freaking out? It's like, aren't you telling me to be calm?
What? Yeah,
When
that was
you
just the one thing. She's just like, Emmy. Wait, okay, she's not a snake. Okay, just making sure. Wait, Zale, what did you do? No, okay, he did not do anything at all. This is just a nice young lady who is doing science. It's fine. Maybe she is Emmy. Oh my god, yeah. That's the one strangest thing that she found throughout all of this stuff is they have the same name as the snake? What? Whatever. But that might not be her real name.
Sound like a nickname.
She looks over to, before she leaves, she'll just whisper to, Emmy and Emmy, what's your real name? Who are you?
Both heads just look at you.
Like blink, confused. But yeah, that's just it. Everything else, yeah, that'll make sense. I'll digest that whenever. Where, that's a sign of something. I don't know what.
Emmy. Because two snakes are Emmy.
I know, right? It's like you got a third one. We got 3 Emmys here, guys, in the same room. Wow.
I don't like how you worded that. I got 3. You got 3 Emmys? Wait, what
In
does
the
it mean
same
today?
room. We got 3 Emmys in the same room. It's nothing can go wrong. She also tripped on her own 2 feet, just like Emmy and Emmy would.
you know, Emmy gave me a plus to my perception check.
Yes, but they got no feet. Clearly, she's not used to hers. She says out of character. Sus. Right here, right now.
Emmy got true polymorph into an actual person.
Yes.
That's what happened.
I knew it. I knew it would happen. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I love that's a running theory. I didn't recognize that when she told me that. I was like, huh, interesting. I love it. Future shit's fun.
Right.
Is Mike back?
We got like 2 minutes and they'll be back, guys.
I'm not too sure. He has to do something with Dago.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No worries. We can wait on that.
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Yeet.
But
Definitely.
Just going team by team and seeing where you guys end up bringing them all.
Hell yeah. God. I got the Stone Cold team. Should be the name of the next team.
I know, the stoic as fuck team.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Arthur's there
so
as
fucking
Rana.
beautiful.
I love it.
I got Beacon of Hope, guys. Don't worry, you guys got advantage on wisdom saving throws. Ah, fuck yeah. I could
but
pop that up.
Arthur handles not being afraid of things by so Arthur doesn't like ghosty haunty shit, right? He's not a fan of it, right? And he handles not being a fan of it by having running commentary. Trying to just he tries to make humor out of it, right? But he
Ghost spa is
do
different
it,
because like it was chill, but like ghosty haunty shit where he's not in control of it, it's like fuck this.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why he liked the ghost spa is because because again he's a fucking thrill seeker. If it wasn't for the fact that if he wasn't afraid of ghosts, the ghost spa wouldn't be fun. It would just be a spa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just realized.
she's got some issues.
I just realized that the whole thing with Babette's curse, where it just constantly looks like she's changing forms anytime she looks into a mirror, she's just going to assume that this is a side effect of the thing.
Yeah, her
She's not even going to
psychosis.
realize she's cursed until we get back.
Yeah, she's like, oh no, oh no.
You just get thinking it's just because you're in this weird place. This is gonna be
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, she's
It's terrible.
it's just really unsettled, and so you're just twice unsettled than what you need to be at this point.
Oh, look at doggy.
Goodest boy!
Oh, go! Look at that little smirk. That smile.
That's a cute dog.
That is.
Hell yeah. I love that. It's direct.
I know. She's like, of course I have to do this.
Yeah, that poor freaking Babette right now. You just like you get stuck in like one scenario with us, and then it just gets worse every time.
You remember all that dirty laundry you stuck away underneath your bed? Well, guess what? We're doing spring cleaning. Bring all that shit to the table.
I know. That was like the thing. Now you can't like slowly approach things anymore.
Yep.
It's just like, wow.
Yep. She was all like slowly getting eased into your bullshit, and now she's just fucking in it.
I just go with the flow at this point. I don't know.
This fucking guy.
Yeah.
Good boy has been handled.
And
and that is the
okay.
goodest boy.
So just to revamp, you also have Libby on your team. So you are all charisma all day, every day.
All day, every day.
The important bit is Libby and or Willem. It's fine.
Yeah. So, then we got Team Stoic with Sail, and then we just got these people.
Team Hot Mess.
Yeah.
Team Hot
Mess. Yeah.
You have Team Stoic and the Team Hot Mess.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what we should call each other, but yeah. We have abandonment issues, if anything, is Team Stormconch. Fia's grew up, she has some type of issues. You know if it's abandonment or not, but we have two other people.
And then we have Babette.
Yeah.
That's just full stop.
She's used to abandoning people. It's great! Exactly!
F. Everybody put an F in the chat for that one. Jesus.
Ow.
Not willingly, maybe. I don't know. But it's your job.
Damn.
Yeah, no, the reason that hurts is because it's so true.
No.
Damn. Fucking Haru, like, going for the juggler.
Going for the Zarman attack.
Yeah. Oh, everybody's back. Ready to get more scared. Yay!
Look at these prices. This is called a vending machine. These are pretzels. They should not be like $2. No.
What's $2?
Yeah. I don't know what that squiggly is, but they should not be two of those.
Yeah, no,
it's small. They start asking us for
the money is the same, right? Because the guy recognized our money as money when we threw it. So
So fit into that arcade game too. Turning it on, Arthur turned it on by putting in a copper piece.
Cool.
I laugh at the idea that the currency did change, and so like, can I interest you in like a coin of pure platinum?
Okay.
You know, I'm supposed to not do this over the register, but I'm interested now.
We have a coin changer, like, a couple stores over. Just go there.
Yeah. She just heard, I got communication device, and she just immediately gave Kelly a hug, like, thank you. I don't know exactly what this entails, but I know it's going to be good.
The doggo did love the pastrami.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So you should.
It's the only way I can get him to take a picture is because he's too entranced by the pastrami.
I can respect that, Mr. Doggo.
Yeah, Zeus is a little one. By little one, I mean when he jumps up on me, he could probably reach almost as I am tall.
Good boy.
Pitbull.
Good.
It's fairly big for a pitbull, honestly.
Give him the scritches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. Well then. I need to see what calm emotions is like.
Yeah, no, I honestly should have casted calm emotions there instead of heroism, but you know, I'm glad I remembered I had heroism, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I decided to prep it that day.
Each humanoid 20 feet. Okay. Just gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Because if I would have casted calm emotions and everybody willingly failed it on our end, they would have been immune. Or it would have suppressed the fear, at least, for as long as I concentrated.
So if anything, well, they'd also be like, calm emotions up. Some people would also be like freaking out. What the fuck is this? Nah. Get that shit away from me.
Well, I mean, they would be hearing Zarman speak as, like, a weird energy is coming over.
Yeah. Which, who knows how they would react. Hopefully good.
I'm pretty sure everybody's there has been through some shit with Zarman, so I mean...
Yep.
Willem got knocked unconscious when Zarman went to, like, block a bunch of people from kicking his ass even further down. So I could see the whole Willem's like, I'm gonna be behind that one. He makes a good wall.
Big bro, he said I wasn't worthy. Wow.
Yeah, that was harsh, man. Just left you.
Yeah, I know. He's all like, I want to be with the one that will survive. Runs at Zarman. Oh.
Big bro.
Okay then.
That hurts me deep down inside. You're no different than my other brother.
I have a doggo on my lap.
It's like, he is what they call a paladin. They have fancy roar around them. As long as I cling to him, I will be okay.
I know, but it still hurts. I'm never good enough for anybody.
I'm just imagining now that like he's doing the Shaggy thing where he's just on like Cleon Zarman's side.
Yep. He's useless, guys.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
She also just wanted to poke fun at Willem too. She was like, come on.
I'm just waiting for Willem to eventually pocket sand somebody and be like, pocket sand! Color spray somebody in the face.
Pocket sand!
She's just great.
I can't see!
She has like, I have two great charismatic people on my team, Thea and Babette. Yeah.
I just looking at the full roster, everybody has at least 2 charisma shitheads in the party.
We've got a lot of charisma shitheads in this party, apparently.
What are you trying to say?
I was talking about Libby and Willem personally for our group.
Yeah, Keck has the charisma.
Oh no!
Know how to use it.
Where's Keck's buddy?
Wow.
No!
I know how to use it just fine, thank you very much.
You just choose not to.
But actually, yeah, is Keck's little friend with him?
Oh yeah.
Unless he's forced to leave it behind, of course it's with it.
Okay.
And by
That's
forced,
why
I
the
mean...
officer was trying to walk us through the wall. Hey, you shouldn't be here. Talking to like the big creature cats and like having
Yeah.
It just lifts up a tentacle and then just gently strokes his cheek with it. This big.
The core store, the arcade, Coles around. Ooh, there's a bookstore. I sounds more excited than the arcade.
Hell yeah.
I have my protection from the spooks with me, so we are okay to play now.
The spooks.
I have a picture of it in general.
Okay.
Hell yes. Look
So
at
are these the
this.
places we can choose to?
Mhm.
When you run blind, you roll 1d to see what you end
Oh.
up. Okay. Okay. Oh, shit. Do you get the pick right now? Okay. Well, I'll start in the archives. What team will
Of
for?
course.
Hey, gotta read some shit. I wanna better understand what happened here.
Yeah, look at those nerds. She says, watching you guys go over there. Huh? Where do we want to go? I mean, I like listening to music, but also, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to go back to the arcades, so... I mean,
I'd need to work up to the arcade. Let's go to the record store.
Okay. Nice.
Unless Eliza has anything else to say.
Yeah, you're part of this too. Fee, and she'll look over to Fee and Eliza quizzically.
I wonder if they'll have a record of one of my mom's songs.
Maybe. I think she should still be pretty famous. Who knows? Maybe. Oh, yeah. You can also check to see if Wisteria has any new records out too. Some old ones. I think they're called vintage.
Yeah. They'll probably like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. What if he brings his wife a record she hasn't made yet? Who made the record?
Shit.
If this was an anime, steam would be coming out of her head right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, she like, yeah,
That's a
interesting.
big fucking question, Fee. I'm proud of you, girl, but that's a big question.
Well, I think that's what they call a paradox. She strokes her chin like she has a really long beard. What happens if we, like, listen to it? Oh my gosh, this is... Oh, I'm gonna get a headache. I'm gonna stop right now. Let's go to the record store.
Okay, some team store cuts to the record store. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to the record store to just not be in the same spot.
Yeah, where she's just gonna look through things. Like, oh, look, they got that genre? Oh my gosh.
And Sarman's team, where are you guys going?
Eliza's where Babette's going.
Yeah, you're part of the Storm Conscript.
You and Cax, so.
Yeah. Hey man, we can make the joke now. Might as well. You want to go to the food court?
Well, you know full well.
Yeah, we didn't necessarily eat.
Such an opportunity.
Yeah, we didn't necessarily get
Of my
more than tea this morning.
Of my many coping mechanisms, comfort eating is one of my favorites.
Yeah, you guys just got
Oh
really
my God.
bland food from Create Food and Water, so you're gonna just be like smelling this stuff. You're like, oh, that's actually what food smells like. Fuck yes.
I'm curious to see what type of foods they have here.
The food court. I love you guys. I love that you guys picked these three first. Oh man.
Team Seminoff in the food court.
Good.
Oh gosh, before they left, before Maya and Kelly left, she would have also made another set of good berries for them too. I was like, this can only last for 24 hours. Good berry and good berry wine. She's like, yeah, there you go.
Kind of sounds good, actually. Not gonna lie. Have some crackers.
Yep, there you go. It's not gonna help you out too much. I mean, there is still leftover food from breakfast, so take that for what
I'm
you
not there
will.
anymore. I'm not there anymore. So.
Yeah. This is what she told Kelly and Maya. She's just like, hey, okay.
My spook protection has left me.
No.
Because it's time to get spooky.
The record store. Yeah, I mean it's a record store just like you would imagine. There's just these rows and rows of what might be scrolls or bookshelves at first glance, but are in fact actually slates of records. And not only that, but the person behind the counter informs you that yeah, and the cassettes are like in the back and stuff. No, we do not have cassettes of the Meta D, but they might be coming in next week. So
Okay.
now listen, there's hookups. Time. This teenager human behind the counter, long shaggy hair. Can't even really see his eyes behind it all. Uh, Notice he's wearing those same headphoney things that you see hanging from some of these little stations that he kind of pointed at vaguely,
Mm.
but over his own ears, and it's like so loud you know he can't hear you. Like, and he like flips this magazine page, bobbing his head to whatever he's listening. You got the record store around. You want to take a look around? Go ahead and give me an investigation
All of us individually.
individually.
Okay.
Somebody will have to roll it for Eliza.
Eliza, hey.
Got a 10.
And
I did.
okay. Well, Eliza got a nat 20 for a 31.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Her opposite
baby.
on that would have been a nat 1 for a
Wow.
12.
Just rig things.
Yeah.
Uh, Eliza, you see that these setup stations with these headphones just kind of hanging off of them have like these slots where you can fit in different music they've got here, and there's like a sample version like in front of like all of these rows and stuff. Most of them seem to have samples. Quickly through looking out, you realize that a lot of them also don't, right? This place doesn't really keep its organization going very well, so there aren't samples for every record that's out here, and you feel like they probably get that a lot, and still haven't really done anything about it, based off of the attitude that you heard from the guy. But glancing through all of this, you do manage to notice like the general old structure for this, and you surmise that he's mom, and even at this point in time, Zale's wife, and her band, the Advocates, would most certainly be the stuff that was still organized like the old way, right? And as such, you kind of eliminate like most of the new stuff from like what you're even looking at, and notice just where the old ones are as you kind of thumb through a couple of sections, and immediately you realize that how they've organized these shelves, and walk right over to the one that's got these moms and grab it and go, and you have found a record or a 1968 album from sorry, yeah, this is not the same one. You find this one actually is actually a lot better actually that way. You find a record not for Fee's mom, but for First, the Advocates. It was actually numerical, and you go right to the old beginning, even though there was no way to tell that this had originally been numerical from looking at it. It might have been like from category, right? But turns out, no, not in the old days. And you walk right over, grab the Advocates from the beginning shelf, and it's a 1968 album from the Advocates called "The Crumbled Crown."
Is there a way to listen to it there?
Yeah. Looking at it, this one actually is a used copy, which means that it was returned, and you can listen to it, just so you can judge the quality on it before you buy it. And any one of those stations you could put it up towards. At the same time, you look over at Fee as you like lift the album up and show them the rest that you've got it, and indicate that it's actually on the what Fee is looking for is on the shelf right behind her. And he grabs that record and goes, "Huh, it really is. If they actually made a whole record just for this.
Oh,
I wonder
God.
where they got it."
I don't know. I mean, you guys can give it a listen if you want. Sometimes I think she'll just look at Fee's, like the record, the songs on Fee's record first. She's like, wait, I don't even know what the heck. Anyways, and then she'll.
The first song that you see is "You Don't Belong Here." You blink and it's never mind that one.
Oh. Huh. Okay. And then she just walks over blankly to look at the Advocates one and see, like, oh, this might piece something together. And then she'll just glance out, like, just chill with Eliza before eventually she'll just. Yeah.
The one for that album is literally, it's just Relly LaCour's greatest hits.
Like, if you want.
And
Pretty big
Babette would know all of those songs, right?
Oh yeah.
Babette would want to listen to that with Fee.
Yeah. Hanu's like, I don't know if there's anything out of place there. She'll just look over at the Advocates playlist, but then just wander off to go look for if there's any Water Genasi stuff. But yeah, she's just chilling with the group.
You know how to read Infernal?
Nope.
Yeah, their title album says it in common, "The Crumbled Crown," in very artistic letters, and this shattered looking crown in flames. And all of the song listings on the back of it are written in it used to must be Infernal. We've seen it up to this point.
If anything, she's just gonna write that stuff down. Be like, just trace it over. Like, Libby can, she'll just say,
Yeah.
you know, Libby can figure this
There's
out.
a sticker on the thing that says 35 gold.
Oh, dang. It's pretty pricey. Yeah, she's just gonna.
Do I have the money? Like, with me?
Relly LaCour's album's worth $3.90 or $3.99. I actually, you know what? It probably is by this fucking time. That's probably already on to the set. They make you put fucking copper pieces into arcade machines.
Yeah.
It's $3.99.
Are they able to like listen to some
$3.90.
of this stuff like with sampling? Like, what are the headphones for?
Yeah, but
There
it's
are
all
a
in
couple of
Infernal,
headphone
right?
jacks, and the song listing is Infernal, and a
Okay.
lot of the Advocate songs are in Infernal,
Yeah.
mixed with common lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, she'll just shrug over to Eliza. I mean, you can buy it if you want. I don't think it's gonna. I think you can just listen to it, but I'm just gonna write all these words down, and I'll see you later. She'll just motion over to. She's just browsing, but then she mentions.
He takes the right of the core thing, pops it into it to give it a listen.
And Babette joins in on the listening if that's possible. If there's like, dual headphone jack.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with Alexa's friend.
There's 2 headphone jacks into each one of these.
I mean,
there are about 6 stations. So you guys could have your own, or you could share.
I'll share with Babette.
Sorry. Babette was gonna listen to some of Fee's mom's old music. But if Eliza brings the album over, she'll listen to it with her.
He runs up and pays the person for the album before even listening to it.
Okay, so then
Runs
Babette
back
and Eliza
and
listen.
plugs it. And while she's doing that, you guys plug in to listen to the Advocates. Anu, what are you doing while you observe them plugging in to listen to the Advocates album?
Yeah.
And you see Fee going to listen to her mom's.
Yeah, she's gonna just glance to see if there's any Water Genasi bands or anything from the Coterie Coast, maybe look at Omido, but then eventually wander back over to Fee to listen to her mother's songs. She hasn't heard them. She's probably heard at least a few songs on the radio for like replays, but she's just perusing. She got a 10 in her investigation check, so she's just looking to see if there's anything of interest in those 2 regions, and then she'll just join Fee.
Right. Good. Noted. Alright. So you walk over, cruising through. There's a few kind of water genasi kind of, not like necessarily water genasi, but
Coterie Coast.
Aquan, yeah, Coterie Coast kind of inspired. Some of them are even like records that have been designed to express a lot of like the feel of Aquan conversation. Notice that most of the Aquan records are actually dialogues, not actually song records. They're more like if you were having like a documentary or a commentary kind of thing. But there's Coterie Coast music, and it has a pretty decent section. There's like a lot of like new Coterie Coast music, right? And all of the album covers that you see on it are just like big splashing symbols and stuff that you can tell are like Omidori Orcish, but just very characterized, right? And they just dominate it almost like this weird graffiti style of that same language. Music would probably be something like, but it looks very different than the more coastal inspired albums you see from the years before.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. I guess they also took over the Coterie Coast. That would make sense. She says, running her fingers over like the artwork for the kind of Omidori graffiti stuff. Just read some of the songs in the back. She doesn't have too much. She only has like a few days of worth of Omidori language stuff, but then yeah, she'll just wander back to the group afterwards.
And you put the headphones on next to Fee, who's listened to like one song, and she looks at you, and she was like, oh, next song, I think you'll really like.
Mhm.
You give it a listen.
Yeah,
And
sure.
she hands you the headphones.
Okay. She'll pop them on.
But wait,
Hmm?
before you put them on, don't forget, you don't belong here. And then she puts on her thing, smiles innocently, and puts bobbing her head to the music.
Oh my god.
And then while you guys are all listening in on that stuff, we're gonna go see what Team Zimonov was doing in the food court.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't like that last.
Fuck me.
I know. Honey just sighs and puts them on. Closes her eyes too after hearing that. Okay.
I don't like it at last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the food court, what do we immediately see?
Alright, so most of the food here is in the kind of for sides and like drinks, everything is like costing like a couple of silver. And for most of the food, it's costing you at least like a couple of gold pieces, like 2 or 3, just for like, you know, getting a sandwich. Pretty expensive, evidently. You know, like, what are sultans eating here or something? This is ridiculous. But the food smells amazing. There's a lot of fried stuff going on. You can tell it seems to have become like a really big thing. But you notice that there's an assortment of like food from Xiaola, food from it seems to be a Frostwarren desertery. A Goliath in a maid outfit standing behind the counter of that one, serving out what would be frozen treats. And there is, of course, a good old bakery out of which you can smell coming. Cookies. And then right across from it, there's like a big glass open window of what seems to be some sort of aerobics hall. People in there are doing some sort of synchronized worship, maybe. It seems very energy intensive. And there's somebody leading this worship at the front of it. And it's odd that it's at a display in front of the food eating place, but they don't seem to notice each other. So you end up having the whole food court of options available to you. What do you want to eat?
What do you want to get, Gag?
I do believe that the correct answer to the question you seek is all of it.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Jack, give me a perception check.
$25.
Your keen eyes and sense of food and immediately lets you realize how this ecosystem is working here. And you notice that you can have all of it, even a little bit of it, for free. You notice that some of them offer, seem to be only samples. They're not experimental samples like how you're used to hearing that word used. They're offering food. Little pieces of it at each one of the places. Jack, want to just go run through and grab a run of samples from each place?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. He'll be like, Zaman, wait! Hand on the chest. Wait. Look. He'll point to one of the random, like, closest sort of stalls where this is happening. Free samples. And then he'll just very casually start to walk over there, but then he does that sort of just gets slightly faster and faster each time until he's almost running, even though he doesn't have that far to go. And then, yes, he'll just slowly start grabbing what he can from each stall as he goes.
Zarwin will just look at Will. Anything in particular you wanted to get?
Honestly, I was immediately drawn to that dessert place over there.
Oh my!
No,
You have to try
shouldn't
this.
start with dessert.
I'm sorry, what was that?
And he's like
Thanks.
eating a piece of fried look at that. Fried octopus on a stick. But he got a little piece of it, just a little tiny octopus tentacle, tiny bit of it fried on this little toothpick type thing, right? But he's got like a handful of them, right? And like, see, there's kind of like behind him, he got it from will to hear.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Nice.
They just seem to fry things, right? Anything. Evidently, they'll even fry stuff that you bring them.
I didn't know you could fry water. Anyway, anything you'd want? Rue? Because she's still going by Rue, right? Right? I don't remember.
She's living.
Yeah, she's still going by Rue.
Okay.
I'm not hungry.
Okay.
Roll on. Alright.
But yeah, Zarman will just be saying if Willem or Gak wants to
Eaten?
buy something. Zarman's fine.
Alright.
Zaman!
Yeah.
Come running over with something on a stick and just be like, you need to make these. Taste it! And wave it around in your face.
What's he waving in my face?
It is this little slat of cut bamboo. Arranged across it are pretty much just these little sushi samples. Just not like sushi rolls, just slices of like good cut fish. And he's just right off of the end of this bamboo shaft, and behind him you can see the Xiaolan Place East Palace, and behind it this whoosh, flare goes up as you can see a tabaxi kind of working a hibachi grill. And looking at the menu there, it seems to have pretty much food from pretty much every place that's across the eastern side of the Baltai. I mean, it's Eurasian, Jalon, Omidori. It's all the same, evidently, on this menu, right? And some of the terminology definitely does not actually make any sense. But it's, the food smells amazing, though, so.
Someone will try the free sample cat guide.
All right.
It's so good.
No.
Anyone can make it, it's you.
I guess I could try to see how they make it, and Simon will just be.
Willem comes
probably
back and he
table near.
puts this big old dish shaped like a flower, but it's like a rose made of ice. It is cold and it's frothy, and he sits it on there, and it's got this little tiny bowl that you can see like the thing collects underneath into, right? So evidently it'll melt over time, but somehow it's melting into this very small bowl that acts as its base. And then the inside of it is this gigantic sundae of multiple different flavors and sprinkles and giant bits of sugar things stuck into it. And it is just something absurd. Like, you notice that it is drizzled with caramel and with chocolate, and there's these in the little petals of it are various fruits and what looks to be like perhaps like other types of sauces. They look like fruit-based sauces, and then he puts a as he lays it out with one thing onto the table, he lays out with his other hand these stacked bowls with spoons in them, and he's like, I love this place. Are we really only going to be here for 3 days? It's not actually that bad, now that I've gotten used to it. I mean, what do we have to really be worried about something if all we have to do is close our eyes? I was being irrational.
Simon shrugs and looks around more towards the Shala thing to see if I can catch him making one of those things Cat got a sample of.
Yeah. Give me a perception check. And as you're kind of keeping an eye out for that, and Kat, as you've grabbed your samples, and ice cream has been laid out to be able to be eaten, a huge amount of this. I mean, it would take like probably at least 10 minutes to be able to eat through this, even with like all of you working together. I mean, it's seriously an abomination. And evidently, if you eat this thing in less than 10 minutes, you get it for free. Only 4 bowls and 4 spoons, though.
How much is it if we don't?
Well, I've already paid for it.
Okay.
Just give me my money back again.
Okay. Someone rolled a 11 on perception.
It was 42 gold. I see. It's worth it. And you do not you got a good line of sight, and you think after the time that they're finished watching or eating through all of that, you will have probably gotten enough of a good look, unless you like to be up there hovering. But from you think you can kind of see it. People get in line and stuff though, and it gets a little annoying every once in a while. But
Yeah.
by the time they're done eating, you'll have probably figured it out.
Okay.
And while you're observing the Tabaxi chef and his fancy blade work, flames galore, and your friends eat at these bowls. And after a little while, when Willem cries, "Brain freeze!" You could see as Libby herself would then start also eating the ice cream. And then, as you guys are doing that, we will see you on at the bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Archives, etc.
Hmm.
Is a truly extensive bookstore. I mean, there are 72 rows, and they go for a long way.
Hmm.
There's a lot of sitting areas at the sections in between where these bookshelves are. Like these rows go for about 20 feet each section, and then there's a bit of a cross area, and then another 20 feet, and then they join to like a bigger area. And that pattern kind of seems to go back for quite a little bit. Um,
This is
it's you would at first think that this had to have been a magic bookstore, but as you walk through, you realize these aren't magic books at all. Like, and you ask the person behind the counter if they sell any tomes like that here, if you want. But looking around, you don't see anything. Like a vestibule area, the circular oval shape of a desk. On the inside of it is a clerk, a gnome, well dressed, nice little vest and pocket watch, a little graying mustache, parted combed hair, and he's got a little tweed jacket with elbow patches, kind of, nice looking guy. Small
so.
little spectacles.
So I will walk over to the counter. Um, excuse me, sir.
Oh,
Do you,
yes.
hi. Do you happen to sell any magic books or tomes?
Oh, yes, the section on the history of the study of magic can be found in our historical section in the pack. He points off to the side.
And do you have a portion of this store for technology, science?
Sciences and other non-fictional works of an instructional matter are found. And he points.
Thank you. And let's go with the science one first. So I'll start heading to the science section.
Okay. Arthur is, what are you looking for specifically? Just sneak peeks at future tech or something?
If I was here for fun, yes, but I want to get to understand. Even though I know what was back at Griffin's perch, I want to understand how technology got to where it is right now. And so we'll kind of be just kind of searching the books that he's kind of walking by and reading them, looking kind of to the point where
Give me an investigation check.
check there. $19.
Searching through. You start to find what you're looking for, and it's spaced out across several different books, right? But you find this section, right? A strip that kind of like marks the chronology of like, developments that you're, thinking of. And as you make your way down that shelf and stuff, Arthur, just goes, okay, well, how long do you think this is gonna take? Because this nerd shit is not really for me. Did, however, see that there is an entire section on the history of gambling that's happened.
So
Horse races,
so we'll smirk at that.
historical poker games.
Yeah, you remember the last time we went gambling, the whole island blew up, right?
Yeah, but you also almost made it all the way to the end in just a couple of days. And we all made it out alive.
I'm just sure. Well, I mean, I think I'm close to finding it. It shouldn't take me that long.
It probably wouldn't even pan out anyways. I mean, this time travel stuff never makes any sense anyways. You always think that you've got the information you need, and then it turns out that information is completely irrelevant. We're always looking in the wrong direction, man. Every time.
Maybe so. Maybe you're right. But if you get too focused on different directions, then you can't see the other possibilities that open up. It might be
Oh,
useless
yeah.
knowledge now, but it might be.
It's from. I can definitely understand that. Either way, speaking of getting really focused on things, while you were reading, Tarana and Sunera went off to go read something about cult practices and history.
So it kind of like closes the book and actually
You're
looks
like,
at
alright,
it.
they're not there.
It sounds like sighs. Closes the book. Why is there always gonna be cult stuff with them? Someone puts the book back.
You're one nerd amongst everybody else who's not nerds. That's the problem,
Yeah,
bro.
I know, I love it. And so it's like, alright, well, definitely interesting. Let's go see what they're up to. You know what? And we'll check out the gambling one too. Well, let's just make sure they're not really zombie and getting any weird ideas. So we'll start heading direction to find Toronto and Sonera in the cult section.
Okay. Walk past shelves and shelves and shelves. No fucking idea which one of these things is going to lead to the occult section. Probably best to just go try and ask that gnome person again.
This really is a confusing place. Let's go check the clerk
Yeah.
again.
I mean, this is a serious amount of books for things that have absolutely nothing to do with magic. Whoever would have thought that people could be nerdy And I'll also do it for things that don't even give them magical power.
Well, technology is always progressing. Technology would, as we're seeing right now, technology will eventually catch up to magic. So an even a common person won't be able to do magnificent things through technology. Say a wizard would be able to do eventually. I think we're just seeing it now.
I mean, the tech here is pretty okay. But I gotta say, their vehicles are pretty lame. They don't even fly, so I'm not really that impressed. And
We come to the future where vehicles fly.
I mean, kind of needed to. Anyways, we don't really need to be talking about this. We need to be finding wherever occult hidden devil practice ritual book that we're off reading right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's ask the clerk. And walk up to the clerk. Nice, eh? I am now looking for the cult session.
Turns around in a swivel chair. You don't belong here. And he looks up at you.
Hmm.
Something else I can help you with.
Hmm.
Arthur looks at you.
So it's kind of like a quick deep breath.
Um,
And can you point us to the cult section?
I just said it is over in that direction. Just past where you just were. Keep going a little further.
Thank you. And Zell would kind of walk in that direction, kind of shaking his head slightly. Looking
You
for
wind your way down through those bookshelves. You seem a little bit taller this time. Dale.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that? As he mentions it,
Immediately close my
all
eyes.
of their signs have just been replaced with the words, "You do not belong here."
So
Different font, different imprintings. On every single one of them, just "You do not belong here."
So it's like a deep breath. Calmly closes his eyes. He kind of reaches out for his arm and grab his hand and like,
Norman?
let's go. Keep moving forward.
You meant Arthur, though?
Arthur,
Yeah.
yeah. I said Arthur, did I?
No,
What'd
you
I
said
say?
Zarman.
Norman.
Oh, I miss my brother right now. I'm really scared. But yeah, reach out
It's
hand.
closed.
Eyes closed.
Alright.
Keep your eyes closed.
As far as you know, about 6 away from probably where you need to be based off of where they said you're almost to where you were before. And you can feel each of the shelves as you pass them, but if you don't, you won't know how far you've gone. You could keep going on this big old bookstore for a while. Your eyes close and you walk. Touch out the side. One bookshelf. Walking up to the next one. 2 bookshelves. You're walking up to the next one. 3. And you just got 3 more. 4. 5, 6.
Yeah.
What's doing? You hear Sunera say.
So there, you there?
Your eyes are closed. Did you
Mhm.
see it?
No. I guess it has some kind of it has some warning signs. And just so I'm sure, what's Hanu's favorite color?
Probably blue?
So kind of slowly open his eyes.
It's a terrible judge. I don't actually know her favorite color.
That's why I was
You
asking.
see her there, though, and Piranha is going through a book. And she goes, there are scans in here, straight from the Demonomicon. She holds up this book, and it's just like a big old clear book, but there are like actual like scans on the inside of it that show a couple of pages of the Demonomicon. The rest of it seems to be about other demon-related artifacts and stuff. And they're like, this whole section is on demonology.
Hmm.
They have a whole field dedicated to demons. What even are demons?
I do not know. But we might have had a run-in with it. Or at least it was trying to get us. Were you guys okay? Nothing weird? Other than the...
Other than perturbing implications, no. We should get back. I think I found what I was looking for.
Yeah. We should. Best not to stay in one place too long. Seems like this thing's hunting us. Best keep on our feet. Moving. Make sure we're not staying somewhere too long.
Just as you're saying that, and you're looking past all of them down this row of shelves, and they're all just kind of looking at you for that moment. You can see past all of them, step in between the shelves, the silhouette. A large figure with shears. Gonzo's shadow. That's where we'll pick up next week, guys.
Oh, fuck!
Oh boy.
Oh, shit!
Whoops, daisies.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why you selected a place first and went last, so you got
Yeah.
unlucky.
Yep! Time to run! Keep mind, please, you're gonna come in handy right now. Alright, 6 shelves down, 6 up.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes me question if there's more than one, just because somebody in Hanu's group said it too.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think she automatically just, okay, I'm closing my eyes as I'm listening to music. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh lord. She saw it
I love
first
the
and then she heard it.
exasperation of Hanu in this whole scenario. She's just like, fuck, I guess it's time to close my eyes.
They're like, oh,
Oh.
yep, we're doing it.
Right. Meanwhile, Zarvin's group is literally the whole fucking the one group that's just chilling and eating food,
Yeah.
and we just see the other groups running by.
Yeah.
No, you just run through the food court, and we're like, ah, fuck, and we have to run with you.
I know, we're just like, wait, we got 10, like,
My
we got one more
food!
minute left though. I want my money back, Willem says. Oh,
The worst thing that happens to them is they get a brain freeze.
Oh, I mean,
Goes away after 6 seconds.
I mean, it would make sense since Zell's the one who fucking figured this shit out. It's the first one he goes after.
You also went to the place with the most warning signs to show, though. I was like, oh, I can write everything here.
Everything can have the words on it now. Everything you ask.
Yep, that's why I was like, oh, I saw it. If he
Had
said
to go
it.
the
Oh,
auditory route. Auditory is a harder thing than doing just those small visuals like the text. Right?
Also,
The auditory takes a lot more. They have to get you more
Just-
scared before they can do it.
just saying, if at any point, I don't know if anybody else is down for this, if at any point you want to just like privately message someone, or me particularly, and just be like, somehow sneak, you don't belong here into your next sentence, like, I'm fucking down for that.
Goodness gracious.
I think that would be fucking great.
Yeah. Eventually, Zell's it's figuring out. It's like, okay, I gotta be calm. If this thing's after me, I gotta be calm, and I gotta lead people away. We gotta get out of here. So it's not around, because if we're not calm, the situation get fucked. So, oh, okay, mine's gonna be handy for this shit, because at least I remember the shelves to go down, how many I have to do, and then I just have to touch them. Like, okay, here. This is sick. So it's actually not bad being in the bookstore, because at least it's numbered, so you can remember what number that you have to get out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Liza's investigation check means that she can get y'all out of that record store without bumping into anything if you guys are blind.
Exactly.
You won't just
Yeah.
go knocking shit over.
Thank God we have Eliza on our team.
Yep.
Technically, you can just keep running from place to place to place, but eventually that's gonna look psychotic as shit, and people are gonna call someone on you.
Yeah.
So if you end up breaking things in your path and stuff, it's very likely that that'll happen faster. It's pretty funny. I'm so excited to see this stuff. I had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Oh god.
Real good.
It's a lot of fun.
Just rating all the free samples.
Fuck, oh my god. When you started describing that, I was like, oh, I know where this is going, and this is the funniest thing I have ever heard.
Just imagine a 6'7" fucking Minotaur, purple Minotaur rating all the fucking free samples. Shit's awesome.
Being
Grabbing the entire
closely
sample
followed by a massive tentacly creature that
Who's-
isn't eating anything.
Who's also holding plates and shit. He's like rotation of like food.
Yeah,
Just,
Zarman sees Kak doing this, and I just turn around. Hey, Willem, what did you want? Zarman's like, I can't attend that right now.
There's no